Captain Mike. There we go. All right. 3, 2, 1. Hello. Why? What are you doing? All right. Welcome back to the McDonCast. We have another amazing episode planned for everyone. We are going to be talking about... Tucker, what are we talking about? There it is. Red Dead Redemption Remaster in development because they don't know how to make new games, I guess, anymore.
The new Boba Fett trailer.
GTA 6 is having development issues.
Okay,
wow, who'd have known? We got what else we got? We got Hocus Pocus 2. We got Ariana Grande. We got Star Trek.
Things.
We got MacBooks. All right.
Morbius.
Well, that's it. Bye bye, guys.
Well, this has been an episode. Okay. All right, let's get things started.
And before we start, our boy Patrick, he's back on the podcast.
Woo!
That's what everyone's been itching for.
All right.
We have a pod.
Let's start off with some gaming news. Make Patrick smaller so you can see the text. Gaming news.
Still says gaming time for some reason.
Gaming time is best.
Alrighty, what do we got?
Red Dead Redemption Remaster.
Again.
In development at Rockstar.
Woo! Yeah, baby!
So,
Is this
Rockstar,
coming out before or after the GTA thing?
definitely
After.
Definitely before.
Yeah, that's why they announced it like 2 or 3 months
It's not
after.
officially announced, but Rockstar will do anything to not work on GTA 6.
So it's just assumed that this is going to be a thing.
So they're probably gonna remaster Red Dead Redemption for, of course, next gen consoles.
Mm-hmm.
They are, of course, remastering 3 GTA games this year already, so this will probably come out next year. I think Red Dead 2 had a next gen port for next gen consoles, so this makes sense they bring the first one over, although it's technically.
I think it was just a next gen update. I don't think it was a
it was
port.
just ported over.
Yeah.
But technically, Red Dead Redemption 2 is the third game. Because it goes Red Dead Revolver, Red Dead Redemption, Red Dead Redemption.
Right, so this is a sequel to the... This is a redo of the sequel.
No. Red Dead Redemption is a sequel.
Yeah, so this is a redo of a sequel.
Yes.
But it's not the one with the 2 in the name. It's the redo of a sequel that is the first one of the 2 that are after
They're
it.
not remastering
So
Red
to
Dead
redo a
Revolver.
sequel that is before the sequel, that isn't a sequel.
No, the sequel's a threequel, but it's a sequel to the sequel.
Mm-hmm.
So this is a sequel, but not a sequel.
No, it's a
Or is
sequel
it
to the
prequel?
first one, but the third one's only a sequel to this one.
So it's the
Despite
prequel?
the fact that it has 2 in the name, but it's the third game, but it's only a sequel to the second one.
Exactly.
I'm a big fan.
All right. So, Sam, would you play Red Dead Redemption if it was remastered?
No.
Not even on,
You
like,
ever played
PC?
Red Dead
No.
Redemption ever?
Only if it was free.
If I wanted to play Red Dead Redemption, I'd play the one that's like amazing and already out. that I already know I'm basically guaranteed to enjoy. I just don't have the time to play.
All right.
One
GTA
that's sweet
6,
grind.
surprisingly,
How could we have known?
is having development
How could we have
issues
knoon?
that may or may not delay the game, which is already
How could we possibly know?
planning to come out
Wait.
2026 at the earliest.
It's
Hang on.
getting
When
delayed.
did GTA 5 come out? 2013, right?
6.
2013, same year as the year after Minecraft. That's,
2011, I think.
hang on. When did GTA 5 come out? 2013. So
Which will already be a 13-year gap
So
if this does meet its release date.
if this meets its current
Projected release
deadline,
year of 2026.
yes. That seems like a reasonable development period to me.
What are they doing over there?
That means that GTA 5 will have its 10th year anniversary before this
if
game
I
comes
could
out.
say one
Hugger, the
thing,
question is, what are they not doing over there?
That's true.
What haven't they been doing?
They must be just like
They must have taken like 5 years off just to smoke crack for
yeah, they
a...
must be just like
it's funny that the majority
must
of
be
my
just-
life was in between GTA 5 and GTA 6.
they must just be ripping fat clouds and drinking Dr. Pepper over there. Like they're not working. Their development issue is that they forgot to like turn on the Wi-Fi and they just didn't bother to fix it.
No,
The kids who play GTA 5 will be younger than GTA 5 when GTA 6 comes out. Think about that for a minute. Think about that for like 2 seconds.
There will be teenagers.
If a 13-year-old is playing GTA 5 the year GTA 6 comes out, that game is older than that child. If it comes out in 2026.
If they're playing GTA 6 and they're 13, GTA 5 will be older than
in
them.
2006. Okay, yeah.
Yeah. That's not okay. That's not
So there's
how.
Big things.
This better be the greatest video game ever
Maybe
made.
they keep making a masterpiece and like finishing it, and then they forgot to save everything. And one guy accidentally pressed the delete button, so they have to keep delaying.
So this is like the third time they made the game. It just keeps happening.
Imagine if this comes out and it sucks.
I mean, that's kind of a given.
It's gonna be a disappointment. There's no way it can't not be.
There's no way. People are expecting so much.
They've hit the Half-Life 3 point where it's like no possible game could ever live up to
that
whatever comes out.
expectation of
Yeah.
its
Final
existence.
Fantasy, where they delayed the. I forgot which version.
No, there's never any hype for a Final Fantasy game.
Yeah.
Those just randomly sort of
Looking
spawn
for the
themselves.
games that are Mac compatible.
What, Patrick?
It's kind of, and all your friends want to play something, and you're like, oh shoot.
I have a MacBook.
Patrick, that's what you get for just choosing the wrong computer. Although if you got one of the new MacBooks, you might have been able to game, but
No, because there's still no compatibility.
the M1 Max, they seem to be able to game.
This isn't tech time. This is gaming time.
All right.
Twice.
We're talking about gaming. They can, but they won't because
The
there's no
biggest
compatibility.
problem-
But nobody will make games for them.
Exactly.
The biggest problem Rockstar has is that they definitely waited till
Way
a
too
year
long.
ago to actually start working on
Yeah.
this game,
Oh shoot.
which was so dumb. Because what were they doing? Not even Red Dead Redemption 2 came out 3 years ago. They spent a whole year
They
doing
furlough,
nothing.
Like all their.
Okay, to give them, just a little bit. I mean, Nintendo did spend like an entire game and a half worth of development cycle for an asset reusing sequel. So
All right,
they can't all be winners.
let's move on.
I mean, they could be, but they aren't.
Skydance New Media
Woo!
is teaming up with Marvel to develop a new, big budget AAA Marvel game. They've hired writer Mark Bernardin, who's
Oh, I love Mark Bernardin. He has a great last name.
who's working with Amy Hennig, who is the head writer of the Uncharted games.
Oh, second favorite best writer ever. No idea
The
for
game
that.
is heavily rumored to be a Daredevil game, but it could also be Ant-Man or Fantastic Four, the other two rumors. Skydance New Media is a new company.
Make a much better game.
What, Patrick? Daredevil would be better?
Yeah. Why would you make an Ant-Man movie? What are you game? What are you gonna do with an Ant-Man?
Well, gameplay wise, you could do a lot with Ant-Man. I feel like if you get it right, you could make that game really
Yeah,
fun.
The whole thing would just be getting big and getting small, like for the whole game.
No, but like traversal would be really cool.
It would. You should go into that time thing.
The quantum realm.
Yeah, that.
Yeah, I was
Maybe
gonna say
the
that'd be
loading
fun location. Like that'd be a fun environment.
It could be called Ant-Man Quantumania Mania. Did you see the freaking leaks?
I didn't put this in here.
Did you see the leaks like titles card
logo?
thing?
Mhm.
What is that?
Maybe I'll pull it
We'll
up
pull
later.
that up during movie time or whatever.
But Sam, would you play a big budget AAA Daredevil game if it existed?
If it comes out on not the PS5, then maybe. Because I
Well,
would
it
have played
definitely- it would
Spider-Man if it also didn't come out on just
It would
PS5.
definitely come out on PC.
Yeah, I mean, if it was playable on PC, I would play it.
The thing with Daredevil is you would probably do something very similar to the Spider-Man game.
Yeah.
Because he's also a guy that kind of swings around and punches people
With his
with his
grapple
sticks.
hook sticks.
Yeah. Fantastic Four. Yeah, I think you'd run into the same.
I feel like
problem.
Daredevil kind of needs a rebrand.
I think Disney's hard at work on that now.
I feel like
I think that the Netflix show helped a lot with that.
I feel okay. No, the Netflix show just made him blind Batman. I mean, like we need he needs to be his own thing. He also needs to lean more into the murdery thing. Like he needs to kill people. He's called Daredevil. He's got to be like stabbing people with hooks or something. Anyway,
Okay.
moving on.
All right.
Sega trademarks.
Oh, I didn't put the slide.
Never mind. Sega.
No, we can do it.
Sega trademarks the title Sonic Rangers, which could be potentially the name of the 2022 mainline Sonic game. Yeah, that makes sense.
Why not?
That sounds like a Sonic
The
game.
biggest question.
Trademark leak.
You can look it up.
Yeah, you can. They're public.
Yeah. Because if someone else tries to trademark the same thing,
Yeah,
you
they
can see
can't do
that's
it.
already been trademarked. But and also,
And you can
companies-
see who the.
Trademark Sonic Ranger.
Well, companies also send out what they did trademark so that people don't.
Because no one else has trademarked. Either no one else trademarked it, or they recently purchased the trademark from someone who did.
Yeah, and so people know that it's all public record. This is all readily available.
Like it has to be to keep other people from doing it.
No, yeah, it's like a U.S. law thing. All right.
Which is how the titles of every single Pokemon
The
game
only
get leaked a year in
question
advance.
about this new Sonic game that anyone really cares about is will it have the same formula that Sonic Forces was the last one? Right?
No.
What was the last one?
No, that's the last one. It won't have that formula.
Yeah, well, but I'm saying like the Rush formula is what it's called.
I think that was the worst selling Sonic game of all time, right?
Ooh, I don't know. Let's look this up.
I think it was.
Worst selling Sonic. It's either that or like Sonic CD.
Yeah, well, no, Sonic CD sold well on the PC.
Sonic Boom was the worst selling Sonic game.
Okay, that makes sense.
That
too.
was the Wii U exclusive, like 3D action platformer.
What?
And the 3DS one as well.
Yeah. Then they did like the 3DS two of them, I think.
The 3DS one was like Jungle something.
Yeah.
It had a
No.
weird name. It was like Jungle of something.
No, one of them was like Shard of Space and Shard of Time or whatever.
No. It was Shard of, but it was like a made up word that they made up for the game. It was like Shard of Cirrus
The
or
Wii U
something.
one was Rise of Lyric,
Yeah, Rise of Lyric. Like it was made up word.
and then the other one was like Shattered Crystal, I think.
Yeah, Shattered Crystal. That's what it was. Anyway, not related. Skydance New Media making Marvel game. We already did that. Spider-Man. Spider-Man's in the Avengers now.
That's what it's gonna look like in that Avengers game.
He looks like Spider-Man does. That's when I look at him, I go, "Yep, that's the
You guys know
Spider-Man."
that game? Oh wait, you don't?
Oh, you wait, you haven't heard of
Okay, how
this
have you
game?
not heard of this game? We've talked about it in like every episode for like the past year, even though none of us have played it.
And none of you remember it because it's not a memorable game and it's
no
not
one
a
else
good
played
game
it.
either.
It's bad.
With great power.
Mm-hmm.
Good name for a game.
No, that's not the name of the game. That's the name of the subtitle
Expansion.
for this expansion that includes Spider-Man.
No, it's a hero event.
Yeah, sure. That's what. Sure, call it that.
Why is his hand like the stuff on his hand black, but his suit is?
I think
Oh, it's not.
I
You
think
just
it's
can't see.
dark blue.
Yeah, that's just the shading on
All right.
the image.
Diablo 4 and Overwatch 2.
How is Overwatch 2 delayed? It is a engine. It's an asset reusing sequel.
It's not all asset.
They made new character models, but it's all in the same
They're
engine.
doing a bunch of because it's a first Overwatch came out like 2015.
They're just rebalancing the first Overwatch. That's it.
No, adding new
And adding a campaign.
I mean, if the first one was so good, just make it again.
They're basically just updating it for
Just-
publicity to make it sense.
They just need to. I mean, the first one even looks.
I
It
think-
still looks good.
I
You
think-
don't need an Overwatch 2. I don't
think
think.
Blizzard just kind of forgot how to make video games.
they just sort of woke up one day and they're like, "Hey, what's a game? Computer? I don't know none about that."
Because they didn't forever.
Mm-hmm.
Because like Diablo 3 came out in like 2010,
Mhm.
and then they made Overwatch in 2015, and then they did nothing for 6 years. So they probably are having trouble.
They probably have lost the majority of
Well,
their senior
Overwatch
development
2
staff.
looked like it was like ready to go. Like they've been having like events for this.
Wasn't it supposed to launch like 2 or 3 years ago, and it just got
It got
delayed?
officially revealed like 3 years ago.
Yeah.
But yeah, I guess probably gonna have to wait like at least another year for Overwatch 2, and Diablo 4 is gonna be like another 5
Who
years.
cares about what is Diablo? What even is that game?
You don't know what Diablo is?
I've never seen anyone play it. I hear people complain about it all the time. I don't think I've ever seen or heard of a single person playing that game.
Monster go boom.
Is it?
It's a
Is it
MOBA.
the one where you just walk around and kill
Look
stuff?
up Diablo.
Is it the top-down one where you walk around in dungeons and murder things?
Mhm.
That's like
Remember they
Okay.
did Diablo 2 port for Switch and Ganondorf was in it?
no. When did that happen?
Okay, we talked about it.
I do not remember that at all. Okay, anyway.
Patrick, are you disappointed that Overwatch 2 is getting delayed?
So disappointed.
Overwatch is famously one of the only games that runs on
I
Mac.
was like, whoa, dang, Overwatch? I love that.
Patrick, can you name a single Overwatch character?
The spider girl with the gun.
Is there a song about it?
There's a
No.
yeah, no, there's a song. There's a song about it. You know the song is it was on TikTok.
Come on, that's not. What are you doing?
It was late because my speaker turned
Then
off.
don't do it.
Is it? Nah.
I was actually-
I don't know.
It was Mercy. That was the one in the song.
All right, let's move on.
And Tracer. There's Tracer was the other one. I think all the characters in that song.
Time.
Woo! Book of Boba Fett. Let's go.
Of course, the first item on the docket for TV is Boba Fett trailer.
So keep that muted because Disney gonna be unlocked. The fact that these things are like getting focused on is horrifying.
Yeah, no, Disney's gonna get us anyway.
Those are so freaky. Like the concept of those. What are they called? The something monks. They're something monks, but they are literally. They were the original caretakers of that temple that became Jabba's palace. Mm-hmm. They are literally monks who meditated, cut their brains out, stuck them in jars on spiders so that they could completely free themselves from sensing the world around them so they could meditate forever. There was a guy who worked for the Empire who would forcibly do that to people as a form of torture.
Sam, what do you think? What do you think of this show? How's it looking?
It looks very Mandalorian.
It looks like it'll be Mandalorian with less characters.
No, but obviously they're going to choose new characters.
Or just characters that I don't care as much about.
Yeah, you got more crimes and you get stuff.
How are these guys back? Not those guys. Never mind. The Black Sun guys are back. Like the pre-Darth Maul cutting all their heads off.
More guys of his race.
Maybe. Everyone was simping over those two.
We got.
I feel like it's a lie that they say.
Oh, I was gonna say.
That guy.
I was gonna say the Slave One is back, but it's not the Slave One anymore.
Well, no, it still is in the movie. They just changed the name of the Lego set.
No, they're officially changing the name, like in Star Wars canon.
It's already been called that.
No, I don't care. They're just gonna call something else.
That's what it's called.
No, it's not.
That doesn't make any sense.
Slave One in Rebels.
Too bad.
And also in Clone Wars,
They'll go back in ADR,
and also I'm pretty sure in the movies
They'll
too.
go back in ADR. It's fine.
I don't think they care that much.
He called it that Mandalorian, didn't he?
Pretty sure.
Yeah, he did. I'm pretty sure. So it's looking pretty cool, other than the fact that this man is very obviously 55 years old in this shot.
Not able to move as well. I feel like we're gonna get a lot of good meme faces out of this show.
I think what this show will probably mostly be is Boba Fett doing a lot of talking, and Ming-Na Wen's character
doing all the fighting because he can't move so good no
he can't
more.
move a whole lot. But it's looking.
You saw it in Mandalorian and it looked good.
Well, when he has the helmet on, he'll fight fine because it's a different guy.
Exactly. When he has the helmet on, he'll suddenly become a ninja.
Yeah.
When he doesn't have the helmet on, he will become an elderly man.
But it's looking really cool. It looks like I don't know if obviously a lot of it's probably the volume, but a lot of it looks like they got a really good Tatooine set.
It's the same one.
I'm so.
in Mandalorian.
I mean, I understand it's Boba Fett. He's taking over Jabba's palace, but Tatooine is the most boring planet ever.
So we have to say
Get off of Tatooine. It's so boring. It's just the desert.
Stay there for the whole show.
That's where he lives
no,
now.
I mean, I think he'll probably.
Guys, guess where the Obi-Wan show's gonna take?
Yeah.
Also on Tatooine.
Yes, right. Anywhere's top, but I can't really go.
It's just the only reason they do it is because it's really easy to make sets for, and it's really cheap
No,
to make
the
sets
only
for.
reason they do it is because it's the planet from the first movie, and I remember the first movie.
You remember this planet?
First movie.
You remember the first movie? I remember the first movie.
Wobani? No one remembers Wobani.
The third movie.
Mm-hmm.
Just can we have a different planet as the main planet for once?
No.
I would like to have, and because also Mando's gonna have to change main planets too, because then that would cause conflicts with the Cara Dune thing. So
What?
he can't go back to whatever that planet was called,
No,
the
she's dead.
lava one. No,
They'll just kill her off.
yeah, no, she'll go to fight crime in another city.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. She's on another planet. She's like helping ship
CW with her.
Exactly. Oh, what was the? Oh no, never mind. Okay, yeah. What's next? Stranger Things. There was a Stranger Things season 4 trailer.
They had a whole day.
What? How did I miss that?
Movie comes out, we have to watch it and review it.
Her and Ben Shapiro's movie.
It's not. It's gonna be so bad. I don't really particularly have anything against them, but that movie's gonna be so bad. It's gonna be
He's
hilarious.
not writing. He's not like.
It's gonna be so funny.
The joke is that he's involved because his website is releasing it. No, it's
Gina Carano, didn't she write
no,
it?
she's producing it. I think. I don't think
It's
she's
her
writing.
idea, though.
Yeah, probably. No, I think it's based on a book.
The point is, it's gonna be bad and it's gonna be
Yeah,
funny.
no,
Anyways, next.
Moving on. I think it's a western. Max, you're so bad on the soundboard.
Worse now.
Stranger Things 4 trailer. It's another one.
Another season?
Yeah. Well, they gotta finish up that cliffhanger, Patrick.
This one was focusing on 11 and...
Season, like, every 3
Oh,
years.
she's sad because her
And
friend is
Will-
dead and she makes art.
I saw, this is Will Byers in the trailer, right? And I made a joke on Twitter. I was like, I don't know Netflix is making another Dear Evan Hansen movie. Because he's so obviously 6'3".
Yeah, he's huge now.
Uh,
Well, no, that's not a wig. That's just a terrible haircut.
yeah. So they're
What? Who needs a? Have you ever seen a pizza car that
So
large?
they're gonna be in
Pizza
California
Volkswagen.
for the first couple
Are
episodes.
they still in high school?
No, they just started high school, Patrick.
They're freshmen, Patrick.
No.
Remember they were in middle school.
Aren't they?
Graduating.
Are they a year older or a year younger than me? I think they're
The
1 year.
characters?
No, the actors.
No, the actor's like 25.
No, they were like 2. They were like 2 years. Like,
Bobby Brown's like a year younger.
Millie Bobby Brown's the youngest one, I think. And
yeah, I think she's 19.
And
Or
then
no, I think she's younger than that.
Ooh, God.
Ben Wolfhard is 18. Oh no, they're like
Yeah, that's what I was saying. They're like around the same age as me and Patrick.
yeah.
You guys all missed my birthday.
Well, you were kind of in another state.
What would,
You want us to fly over?
we can get you a cake when you're back in town.
Well, when we do,
Back in town in like a week.
Yeah,
we'll do a Patrick birthday celebration.
All right.
Sure,
Yeah.
we'll do that.
No,
Just stop. Just use your phone.
just quit.
Your phone is loud
We don't
enough.
need it.
Yeah, we don't even need that in general.
So-
Anyways,
Sam, are you excited for Stranger Things season 4?
no.
A season that will come out 3 years after the last season.
I'll watch it, but I will not enjoy it.
Season 3 was a poopy.
Season
mess.
3 was bad, and I'm tired of people telling me that it's the best show they've ever seen. I wear that Stranger Things. It happened again. I was sitting at lunch, eating my Chick-fil-A. Some dude walks up. He's like, "I love Stranger Things. That's my favorite show." I'm like, "Thank you for letting me know you have no taste. I also enjoy white bread." That's literally, well, I didn't say the no taste part, but I said, "Oh yeah, I enjoy white bread too." And he was just like, "What?" And I was like, "Yeah, white bread. It's my favorite." And he went, "Huh?" And he just walked off.
So yeah, people go, what is the primary demographic for Stranger Things?
Yeah.
Maybe it's because the creators sold the idea and have been pooping out
And
mediocre
didn't know what to do
follow-ups
afterward because they never.
Remember when seasons of TV shows would actually air the next season
Seasonally?
instead
Wild.
of 3 years after the last one, and all the actors have notably.
Okay, to be
aged
fair,
up?
that was mostly because of COVID. To be fair to the show.
Okay, fine. It's fine, whatever. I'm sure they'll make. I think they already said they're doing 5 another fifth.
No, it got renewed for 2 more seasons.
No, it's Cobra Kai.
I think this one got renewed for 2 more
I
seasons
think they've
too,
renewed it
or at least 1
I
more.
think they renewed it for season 5, and then there was the rumor that they're doing the 11th spinoff.
Yeah,
So
it'll be called.
Netflix is
12.
going to build a whole universe of Stranger Things content.
Because they don't have anything else
No, they have.
except for The Witcher, which is a better show. Watch The Witcher, guys.
We have Squid Games now.
And Cobra Kai, which was good until they started making it.
And so Cobra Kai, they renewed that for 4 and 5.
Actually, Cobra Kai's always been good. They just need to make more of it.
good, but it should be ending, and it's not.
Yeah, it should. The next season is supposed to be the last one, and that's very obviously the
And they
conclusion.
were just like, figure out how to fight.
Pump more content.
They're pulling we're going to talk about Cobra Kai, I guess, for a second. But they're putting the Karate Kid 3 stuff in this next season, right?
Mm-hmm.
Which is a movie no one likes and is bad. But they've ran out of Karate Kid 1 and 2 stuff. And at 5, that's when you got nothing left. That's when you pull out, like, Hilary Swank next Karate Kid stuff. And Hilary Swank pops up. That's how.
That's when we pull in
Or you can
Jaden
bring
Smith.
Jaden Smith. No, that's season 6.
They'll bring in Jaden Smith.
At some point now. I think Will Smith's still.
He's not canon to the. That's not part of the universe.
No, it
anymore,
is.
It is?
It's in Japan, so who cares?
Oh, okay. Then yeah, no. Jaden Smith will definitely. Why is Jaden Smith in Japan?
Because that movie was him doing kung fu.
Wait, it was Kung Fu in Japan.
Yeah.
Kung Fu's from.
No, actually,
Different country.
It might have been time. Sorry, it might have been time.
I was gonna say Japan is not Kung Fu.
Don't act like you know the plot of the Jaden Smith Karate Kid movie. All right.
It's like a remake of the original.
It was going to be called the Kung Fu Kid.
Now, Mr. Miyagi is a Japanese man who is a master of karate, a Chinese martial art.
He's not from Japan. He's from.
No, he is from
He's
Japan.
from Okinawa.
That's in
I
Japan.
know, but it's
That's a city in Japan.
specific place.
Actually, I think it's a what's it called? They have a name for their states.
Like province.
Yeah, but no, his origin story, because they told his origin story in Cobra Kai. Well, and in Karate. No, that was like the war part, before the war part. He lived on
Okay, let's
the
move on from that.
he lived on the coast of Okinawa, and he got like washed away by the sea, and somehow ended up in China, where he became a master of karate, and then came back and opened up a karate school in Japan.
The point is Netflix is quickly running out of content from studios.
No, they got The Witcher. That'll last them another 2-3 years at least.
They're already doing like 5 different spin-offs of
No,
that
there's
show.
there's so much source material for The Witcher. They could
Yeah,
run
I
that
know,
for.
it's just they've already doing like 5
They could make a
spin-offs of that
whole
show.
Stranger Things out of that, or a whole Game of Thrones out of that.
Alright, let's move on.
Yeah. Next, what is this? That's the same. We did that.
Gael Garcia Bernal, who is an actor no one here knows.
Is he from TV shows?
He was in the movie Old.
But what is he in TV shows?
I don't know.
I think he played like a doctor in the background of a different show I watched.
Well,
Was
it
he in
is-
Parks and Rec? Was he a doctor in the background of Parks and Rec?
Probably.
No, you're thinking of Rob Lowe. 'cause
No. He has the same chin, but I'm thinking of some. He's from something.
Well, let's look him up.
What is he in? What's his deal?
We don't do research on
What's
show
the
until-
deal with
until
this
we-
wolf guy? Am I
He
right?
was in the movie Old. He was in the movie Coco, the animated film.
Okay, well I wouldn't recognize him from that.
Spanish movies no one's ever seen.
Well, probably Spanish people have seen
Well, no one here.
them.
He was in the movie Y tu mamá también.
Oh, he was in Letters to Juliet, the movie that Mama likes.
I don't think I've ever seen.
He was in the movie La Mata Educación.
Okay, anyway, moving on.
He's been cast as the lead for the Marvel Disney Plus Halloween special that hasn't been officially announced yet, but will probably get announced on Friday. Rumored to be Werewolf by Night, so he'll probably be playing Werewolf by Night.
Next.
Instead of Wolfman, which would have been the more creative title.
Well, they couldn't trademark that.
Oh, they could find a way.
They could. The only reason it's not just called Werewolf is because they couldn't trademark Werewolf.
Yeah.
So they were like, how do we...
But the Wolverine, which is also just a regular animal, that was up for grabs. Spider-Man was fine,
Well,
but
'cause I think-
Wolfman's
I think
too
it's
hard to get.
because, like, werewolf, like the monster character from like the 30s.
Does someone have a trademark for
It was
that?
in the public domain,
Yeah.
so they couldn't like trademark that that whole concept.
Thor's in the public domain.
But they altered it enough where they could trademark that.
So alter this
Actually,
guy.
no, they don't own Thor. Technically, anyone can make a Thor movie.
That's what I'm saying. Thor's technically in the public domain.
Yeah, but they just used it, and no one else has done anything with it because Marvel's doing it.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
technically,
they just kind of assume.
yeah. It's sort of like Wonder Woman and Themyscira and all that. Like anyone
I
can
think,
technically
I
make a
think
movie
they
like
own
that.
like that kind of that kind of Thor, like that interpretation of the character. Like if it's too similar to the way that they did it, then there's like legal boundary.
Maybe.
But if it's like the
I don't know, because someone made
if it's
the...
the Norse god Thor where he's like a fat guy and he's got like a big hammer.
No, because they made that Mowgli movie that was literally just the Jungle Book, and they didn't sue him for that. And that's like literally shot for shot, almost
I
exactly
think
the
that was
same.
because
Just a little bit
I think Disney
darker.
was just like, we don't acknowledge this movie's existence.
Anyway, moving on. That's good.
Daniel
I like
Day
that.
Kim has
What was
been
he in?
cast as Fire Lord Ozai.
I don't know who that guy is, but he looks like Firelord Ozai, so
He's
I'm
been cast as Fire
fine
Lord
with it.
Ozai in the Avatar live action show.
Who is he? What was he in?
Sam, you're asking me, who obviously knows that this man was in Hawaii 5-0.
Have you seen Hawaii
And
Five-O?
he was in Lost.
Oh, that's where... Oh, he was the long-haired Asian guy from Lost, right?
No, Sam, obviously he was the white male lead.
Well,
Oh, wait, was
no,
he
because
in
there's the guy from Lost. Yeah, that's
He
what I
was in
recognize.
Raya. He was in the Hellboy 2019 movie.
Well, I would definitely not have seen him in that.
He was in Spider-Man 2. Was he in
That
Spider-Man?
was he in Spider-Man
He
2?
was like- I think he
Which
was like-
Spider-Man 2?
Like the original Spider-Man.
Oh.
Toby.
I think he was just like a back.
Oh, he played he played Spider-Man, right?
Oh, yeah, he is Toby Maguire.
It's Tobey Maguire.
Tobey Maguire became Asian.
Overnight.
Who did he play in
He's
Spider-Man
gonna
2?
turn back not Asian.
He'll turn back into a white guy when he plays Spider-Man.
He was Raymond in Spider-Man 2, who was probably
Who's that?
like a background character.
Oh,
Alright.
was that? Yeah, never mind.
Sam,
I don't
are you
remember.
excited for Avatar, the live action show?
No.
No, it sounds terrible from what we've heard about it.
Do you like?
And
the cast?
I would say that the cast looks good. To be honest with you, the cast looks fine.
Yeah, but so does Cowboy Bebop. The cast looks good. So does Winter
No, Cowboy Bebop looks like it's straight up going to be awesome. We didn't
Okay.
look at the trailer for that, by the way.
For Cowboy Bebop?
Yeah, did we look at it?
We looked at it last week.
The one that has the song in it from the original show?
Yeah.
We did look at that?
We didn't play the song.
Not the one with the slick editing where he's like pulling the thing. There's a new trailer.
There's something really fair for that show.
Anyway, it looks awesome. I'm excited for it. Anyway, continue.
What I was saying is Netflix has gotten like on the dot casting before. Sam, if you will remember the live action film Death Note, and
Oh, it's so good at
and
casting.
remember that Willem Dafoe was expert casting there. And remember how
Everyone
he
else was wrong, though.
was a stinky poopy fireball.
Every single other character was miscast. He was the only correctly cast character.
We'll see what happens.
Remember Light Turner? He's not like Yagami. He's like Turner, guys.
Sam,
Hey guys, I like Turner.
I'm scared of apples.
hey, what's a white guy named Turner?
Why didn't they just call him like Light Smith?
Light Switch.
Or just call him Light Dog.
No, if they call him Light Smith, everyone just call him Light Switch as a joke.
It was so dumb.
Anyway,
Anyway,
moving on.
That could have been his word.
we just watched that.
No, that was the trailer, Sam.
Why didn't we just watch this after the other one so we could?
Because this is the episode title reveals for the new show.
Isn't the Hellfire Club from
Oh, look,
That's
X-Men?
an X-Men reference.
Look how different
And I can't
this
wait
is.
for me to go, hey
Did they just
guys,
make another X-Men
uh,
reference? They made 2 of those.
Dear Billy.
What's the Nina Project? Is that an X-Men reference too?
Is
Are these all
this-
X-Men
is
references?
Is that
The
a-
dive, I think the X-Men did that one
There was a
time.
massacre in X-Men. There was a dad in X-Men.
No, I bet.
Papa.
Well, we know Papa's the one where the
So-
guy comes back.
Yeah, obviously that's when Hopper's gonna show up. Anyway, so to read them off if you didn't catch them, or if you're an audio listener, which you aren't, because there's none.
No, there are some. There's like
if you're
7.
if you're an audio listener, I'll read them off to you. There's the Hellfire Club, Vecna's Curse, the Monster and the Superhero, Dear Billy, the Nina Project, the Dive, the Massacre at Hawkins Lab, Papa, and the Piggyback.
Oh, and these are the titles of the episode.
Yeah.
Yes.
And this season will release in summer of next year.
So not this year. So 2022 summer.
Isn't this a
Yes.
Christmas thing though? I thought it was going to be a Christmas thing.
No, it's set around spring break.
Right.
Cool.
I think you thought it was a Christmas thing because
Is-
they did that Russia.
Are they gonna go to a camp?
Maybe.
And Jason Voorhees is gonna be there and murder them all.
Max, what do you?
That'd be my favorite part.
Freddy Krueger shows up.
So, Hellfire Club. I'm sure that'll just be a fun nickname for like a mean club at the school.
No, there will be a cult that worships
There's
the.
not gonna be a cult.
There will be Tucker. This is what you do
Not
when you run
yet.
out of ideas.
They'll do it later.
Oh no, they're desperate enough. They're desperate enough. I'm telling you, this season they will fight the bad guys will be an evil cult who operate out of the school that they moved to. Who are trying to summon the monster
You know what?
from the
I was
upside
thinking
down.
That's too dumb. And then I realized
It's Stranger
in the
Things.
last season there was the evil Russian government hiding their secret portal to another dimension
In a mall.
under a mall. So yeah, that's feasible.
What's the show that Hulu made, the Marvel show about the young kids?
The Runaways?
Yeah,
This will be the Runaways.
No, because there's literally a cult of
But with
parents.
the magic, only
No,
Elle will
my
be able
guess
to do
is
that.
that they'll be at high school now, right?
Mhm.
And there'll be like an evil popular club that's real mean at the school.
Right.
And they'll call it the Hellfire Club. And then so
But Elle will be conflicted because they want her to join, but the other ones
no,
they
they
want
won't
to be
like
mean
her.
to them.
She's weird.
No, they'll like her, or one of them.
No,
One of them.
they'll like
The
No,
conflict.
because remember they're off at another state.
No, the conflict with those groups is that there's always one of them that wants to be part of the popular group that's
Yeah.
sort of generally accepted by them, and they have to leave their other friends behind, and then they resolve it in like episode 4.
No, what will happen here is they won't explain the reference to Hellfire Club, right?
No.
That way, when you're in public and you head to Hellfire Club, people go like, "Oh yeah, I love Stranger Things," and then you go, "Actually, that's an X-Men reference," and they'll go, "What's an X-Men?" And then that'll be the bit.
What's an X-Man?
There's
Am I an X-Men?
the monster and the superhero. Superhero is obviously Elle, and the monster's probably just a monster.
Another upside down
Dear
monster.
Billy, so I guess Billy's coming back for an episode.
No, that'll be like a funeral
Zombie.
thing or something. I don't know.
Who's Billy?
The evil guy.
Oh.
That'll just be the episode where the sister comes in,
Yeah.
and then at some
And she'll be sad.
At,
That'll
for,
just be her
or maybe like at
episode.
some point she'll be writing letters to Billy or something as like a
Yeah.
coping mechanism or something. Billy's not going to be in the show. That's my point.
Yeah, well, he could be like a vision. He's not gonna be back
Upside
in this.
down ghost.
Oh, maybe. It's Stranger
Who
Things.
cares? There's no rules.
You don't know how dumb it can get. All right.
Maybe the cult will be using his body, like sort of. Remember how they did Zod in Batman vs Superman?
No, you idiot! Mind Flayer already did that in the last season.
Well, they'll do it again. They'll do it another time. They'll do
This
it.
time it'll be his corpse.
They'll do it another time again.
His horribly demolished, decimated corpse.
That's what I'm saying. They'll take his pieces and they'll put him in a jar and they'll turn him into a monster.
Stranger Things writers.
The one thing that I can-
the upside down plots.
They haven't done anything with the Upside Down. The
No.
Upside Down is arguably the most underused narrative device they
You
have.
want to know why?
Because they don't know what it is.
Yeah, because the writers don't know what it is yet.
Yeah.
And so because they were like, you know, be kind of spooky. And
That's why they
fun."
call it by the wrong name for the entirety of the last 3 seasons.
Yeah.
It's called the Nether. In all 3 of all their scripts, everything, all their production material, it's referred to as the Nether.
And then,
The characters are the only ones who refer to it as the Upside Down.
They walk in and they all just turn to black.
They said on like set they refer to it as the Nether. They just forgot to make it clear that that was its name.
yep. Real geniuses over there at Stranger Things.
They know how to do things.
And they're introducing even more characters this season. They're introducing
Awesome.
5, 6 new characters.
Oh, you know what? That's the Hellfire Club.
Because the cast isn't crowded enough.
Or maybe the Hellfire Club will just be like a group of nerds who live at the school that they team up with.
Because they're not going to have enough.
They'll kill off one of them. They'll kill off the redhead.
Steve should have died 2 seasons ago.
No, he's gotta stay alive. He sells.
He's only alive because the fans like him. Not because he has any reason to still be there.
He's gotta form an emotional attachment to a girl who plot twist isn't into him by the end of the season
Same
again.
that happened last season.
That happens to him every season.
That's true.
They gotta do it
Two
again.
female characters.
4th time, let's go.
The other one was in love with someone else. One of them was a lesbian. What is it going to be this time?
This time she's gonna actually secretly be a dog from the
she'll be-
Upside
she'll
Down.
be bad guy.
Yeah, she'll be the main leader of the Hellfire Club. And she's trying to use his body to
It writes
do the
itself.
whatever. Yeah, we're doing it. Watch that actually happen.
No, I'm telling you now.
Every time we make a joke like this, that's what ends up
Bring
happening.
it back. Roll this clip. When Stranger Things 4 comes out, the thing will be this. Now the girl that Steve is in love
That's
with
how they'll kill
is the
Steve.
villain.
That's how they'll kill
And
Steve.
she'll backstab him. Literally.
I mean,
Bob,
sounds like it could definitely happen.
we're so on the ball with this one. Stranger Things 4.
The
I'm
massacre
calling.
at lab will be caused because of the girl.
No, Max, that's going to be a reference to the news story that already
I
happened.
watched the last season, but don't remember anything.
That's what I feel about that same season as well.
I just remember there was an ice cream stand. There was a Russians.
I remember there was the villain was the Russian
The
government.
bad guy was the bad guy from the 2nd season, but this time he was a blob made of
He was
rats
made of people's flesh.
and rats.
Yeah.
And there was Billy tries to do an adultery and dies, and for some reason that means he's a sympathetic
For some reason,
character.
the characters are sad about it, even though
And for some reason, everyone I've talked to also thinks he's a sympathetic character, when literally all he's done on screen is beat people up, try to murder 4 children, and commit adultery with someone else's wife.
He's racist. He's canonically racist.
He's also racist.
But it's fine.
But he had a mom.
But he has a mom, you guys!
What do mommy do?
You know, Hitler had a mom.
I bet her name was Martha, too.
All right, let's move on.
That's a good joke that I'm definitely not going to have to edit out.
All right, let's go. All right, Sam. No, the YouTuber Scott the Waz.
A very good YouTuber, yes.
Do you know how he is coming to television?
I'm familiar with that announcement, as you have made it.
Oh, that's very loud.
That's much louder than we
Probably
intended.
copyrighted.
This is the intro for his new. Well, it's not a new show.
Is it a show? Is he making new
So,
content?
okay.
You told me he was just
select
recycling the videos.
episodes of Scott the Waz, his YouTube videos, will air in hour-long blocks on G4, the network,
What the heck is that?
when it returns to select carriers on November 16th.
The heck is G4?
G4 is NBC Universal's cable channel for like gaming shows.
That's a thing?
yes.
and they broadcast like esports events.
Sure, okay.
Patrick, who's there?
My roommate,
Does he want a cameo?
Griffin.
Hey, do you know the Hellfire
back.
Club from X-Men? They're going to be a Stranger Things reference.
Hear you.
Oh. Tell him what does he know the Hellfire Club from Stranger Things? Tell him it's gonna be a
Hellfire Club from Stranger Things.
it's an X-Men thing, but they're stealing it.
Okay.
Great. All right. Anyway.
Sam, are you excited for Scott the Wasp?
Wait, hold it, everyone. The Masked Singer airing on.
Why didn't he call it Scott the Woz the series?
Shut up.
I feel like that would have been very Scott the Woz
Good
of
for
him.
Scott the Wasp.
Yeah.
It will not help him in any way, shape, or form.
No.
But good for Scott the Wasp.
Or like.
It can really only cost him time.
No, well, I mean, he's probably not doing anything. They probably just went,
I mean, he
hey.
already made the content. He's just
Yeah, they probably just went, hey,
licensing it to
these?
him.
And he was like, sure.
why not? Yeah, go ahead.
All right.
He is probably the most family friendly. Like,
If Scott the Wasp
Well, also
became an
he's-
electrician, his name would be Scott the Watts.
wow, thanks, Max. What were you saying, Tucker?
His is also like the most TV show-like.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's not just him sitting. It is partly him sitting in a chair, just holding up.
But
a
mostly
copy.
it's like sketch comedy where he
and
occasionally says a
got,
video
like,
game
his own
thing.
cast of characters. and
Yeah.
stuff. So that'll
There's
work.
the Target guy who's
Yeah.
got the dead brother that they mention constantly, who used to be the old Target guy.
He's employed by his brother Target employee who's.
There's the
constantly-
guy who just wants to play Gex all the time.
Yeah.
Who doesn't know what Gex is.
Good YouTuber.
He's a good YouTuber, guys.
Top
Watch
5.
Scott the Woz, great YouTuber.
Squid Game.
Squad Game.
Crab Game, the show.
Squid Game?
Squid Game season 2 is officially happening at Netflix.
My speech
Even though the
teacher
creator
called it-
literally said a month ago he didn't know what he was gonna do.
It's in early development right now. The creator says he's working out what he's gonna do with it.
It'll be
Meaning
a
it's not coming anytime soon.
it'll be a prequel about the Masked Man. That's what it'll be.
My teacher called it Squad Game.
Yeah.
Is it a game show or is it like a show?
Patrick,
It's a game
you're
show
not
where
allowed to
they
talk
murder
anymore.
Patrick,
No, I'm just kidding. It's- The premise is there's a guy who's in debt to everyone, and he gets a businessman comes up to him and he's like, "Hey, you wanna play a game?" And then Saw happens, but to like 400 people. And then
You recommend watching the dubbed version. Right?
no, do not watch the Patrick. You know the YouTube channel Bad Lip Reading?
I said that just to make you upset.
Yeah, you know the YouTube channel Bad Lip Reading? It's literally like the same quality as like the Bad Lip Reading channel. That's what it looks like.
Awesome.
I've heard.
It's so funny. It's hilarious, but it's not. Don't watch that,
Either
seriously.
it's like white people over Korean people.
Yeah.
Sam, you hear more people refer to this
It's
show
like
as
the
Squid Game
Nintendo-
or Squid Games.
I don't think that really
It's like
matters.
Every time
Everyone
you
knows
talk
what you're
about this,
talking
they're
about.
They're always saying Squid Games,
Well, because there's more than one game.
but that's not the name of the show.
Well,
like the-
you don't even know why it's called that, so what do you care?
I'm behind.
It's
I'll
like-
watch it eventually. Probably.
Do you remember the prologue to the first episode where he's like in school?
I
We used
didn't watch it.
Oh, okay. Well, Squid Game is a
Don't
game.
shoot me.
This
I
is
didn't
why you
watch
have
it.
no friends,
Well,
Tucker.
All right. Anyway, move on. Next,
I'll watch it eventually.
I'll watch the second season when it comes out. The
I'll
first
watch
season
it
was
when
really
it's
good.
no longer popular, and so I'm way behind in whatever's currently relevant.
The dub is like
Superman and Lois, the show I do watch.
That's a
the
show you do waste your time
It's
with.
premiering
Why do
January.
you watch Superman?
It's a good show.
No, it's just a show.
Actually,
Yes. Look
It's
at
only-
that PNG of Superman.
Tucker, you only think it's good because every other DC show is so bad right now.
I mean,
If
okay. In comparison, if like the Flash is like your normal. CW
Imagine
show.
like Flash
This
season
is
2.
Casablanca. All right.
Okay, but compare like Flash like season 2 to this show.
This show's better.
In Flash season 2?
Yeah.
I don't
probably
know
Flash
about
season
that.
1.
Oh yeah.
Well, okay, Flash season 1 they didn't really know where they were going yet. Flash season 2 is when they hit their
I
mark.
love
Yeah,
watching
this is better.
Superman
Flash.
and Nella go along. It's my
I
favorite.
gotta see my roommate's laundry bag.
Oh,
This is.
laundry bag spot. Make it full screen.
Yeah.
Do you see it?
Yeah. Look.
Is that not just a trash bag full of laundry?
Thank you for sharing, Patrick.
Thank you, Patrick's roommate. I hope to see you again soon.
Oh,
Can we
You know-
play him out
I'm
here?
going to, but I'm doing this instead.
Good.
You know what I think
Oh,
about-
anyway, it's premiering
when
January
I-
11th. Season 2 is January 11th, 2022.
When I think of Superman, I think, you know what I want? A TV sitcom drama about it, where he occasionally fights people, but basically.
Wow,
So you want to watch Smallville?
It's almost as if Max thinks that every Superman show should be like 90.
They should call this show Bigville. Because it's like Smallville, but he's big now.
That's the the tagline?
Bigville.
Smallville, but he's big now.
Smallville in the subtitle. It's like the other show, but now he's taller.
What if he was an adult?
Although I'm pretty sure that guy's shorter than the guy from Smallville.
Tyler, probably.
He's like
He's
kind of
not a
short.
very
He's
big
not
guy.
very tall.
He's kind of slim.
Yeah.
He's
a good Superman. He's just
But he's not very good.
yeah.
They should get Danny
But
next.
Also, when he smiles, he looks kind of creepy.
He looks fine.
Yeah, well, I think he looks. That guy looks like Drew Gooden.
This guy?
Oh no, Danny Gonzalez. That guy looks like Danny Gonzalez.
These guys aren't
As you know,
related.
Sam,
They,
are
they
remarkably
both
good
look
guys.
like Danny Gonzalez, actually.
Anyway.
Send it to Danny Gonzalez.
Oh my gosh, it is Danny Gonzalez.
Anyway. It's premiering January 11th, which is a Tuesday. The Flash, which has been airing on Tuesday nights
For its
ever
entire
since
existence.
it started airing, is moving from that time slot, is moving to Wednesday.
Does this get more views than Flash?
Yeah.
Okay, then that's why.
So Flash was the flagship show for its entire air.
Well, except for when Arrow was still going.
No, even when Arrow was on, Flash was doing better.
Yeah.
So Flash has been the flagship for a long, long time until this came out. This is a new flagship.
Can we still call this the Arrowverse when it's not, the Arrow's not even running
that's
anymore?
What you call it, but CW wants you to call it the CW verse.
But there's other CW shows that aren't superhero shows.
Maybe
Wait, are
Riverdale.
there? What else do they play on CW?
Riverdale.
Oh wait, and Jane the Virgin. I forgot.
No,
That's
that
the show.
show's done.
What's the girl that eats the zombie brain?
That show ended like 6 years
What
ago.
other shows did they have?
They have Legends of the Hidden Temple.
Oh, there was another one based on a book series.
Nancy Drew.
That's the one. Is that still on?
That is still on.
Why?
Oh, they have the.
Did they cross over with Riverdale yet?
No.
Oh, they
the
will.
Sabrina.
CW make money now.
They don't.
They don't. Netflix pays them to put their shows on Netflix. so that's
Netflix
how they
keeps
fund
them
everything.
alive, barely.
Yeah.
But yeah, Riverdale. Anyway.
Sam loves Riverdale. He's a big fan.
That's one of the. Okay, I sit through like every show I watch. Like I will sit through any show, almost any show. I will watch it to completion, no matter how bad it gets. All right, I watched the whole Death Note movie. Okay,
That's not a show.
it's still bad though. What's another bad show that I've watched all of? I watched a lot of bad things. All right, that's the point. I couldn't get through Riverdale.
You watched like the first 2 whole seasons of Supergirl.
I watched the first 2 seasons of Supergirl. I watched the first 2 and
the first 3 seasons.
I watched the first 3 seasons of Riverdale. But you know what broke me? When Archie got attacked by a bear in the woods, went into a coma, killed himself in his coma, and became killed himself in his coma, came back as a different version of Archie, and spray painted his hair black. That's when I gave up.
So it's like in Demon Slayer when he kills himself when he's in the dream to come back to life.
Yeah, sure. Except for Demon Slayer's way better.
Their shows are the same. That could totally be an arc from any other.
It's almost as if there's like
The same 2 writers for every single CW show.
Hey, wait, have we done this one and this one? It's fine. No one watches this one.
Yeah. They won't notice.
All right, moving on.
2 hour premiere event. 2 hours.
Well, they just aired 2 episodes.
Alrighty, what's the thing?
Anyway.
Mighty Ducks?
Mighty Emilio Estevez, this man,
What? Okay.
he is not returning
Is he important?
for Mighty Ducks. So you know how this is a TV show sequel to the movies, right? He was the main character in the first 3 movies, and he's in the show.
Oh,
Although he will not be in season 2.
are they recasting him, or is he going off to fight crime in another city?
I'm sure he'll just be on vacation conveniently or something.
Right.
But he is not coming back.
Make the movie about him.
He's not the main character in the show. He is in the movies, but he is a major supporting character in the show.
Right. He's like the coach's best bud or something?
He owns the skating rink where they practice and also coaches their team.
Oh, so he's like a
He
non-character.
was I hate hockey because of something.
That's why I bought a hockey rink.
Yeah.
Makes sense to me.
No,
Anyway.
That's why I watch people play hockey all day.
It's not a good show.
I can see why he's not coming back.
But he's not coming back because he's protesting the show and Disney in general's vaccine mandate.
Okay, so he'll never get a job again.
Yeah, that's rip that guy.
With Gina Carano.
He's gonna have to. Yeah, he's gonna. Can't wait to see him in the Ben Shapiro original movie. Gina Carano and Game Changers Guy do New York. Produced and written by Ben Shapiro.
No, I'm surprised. But this happened a couple days ago. I'm surprised.
I'm surprised he hasn't been scooped up yet.
I don't know. Maybe they're working it out.
They're gonna become like the.
Maybe we'll go team up with Dennis
They're gonna
Quaid.
become like a really sketchy version of Disney, like the sketch Disney.
Ben Shapiro will scoop them up.
Yeah, Ben
Ben
Shapiro.
just scoops up every mainstream person who gets canceled.
Didn't he scoop up someone else recently
Oh,
too?
yeah, he scooped up an ESPN reporter who got canceled.
Yeah. Anyway,
All right. Oh, here's some kind of big news.
It's weird. They all come from Disney.
shocking that one.
ESPN is owned by Disney. They got Gina Carano from Disney. I don't know. Something about Disney.
Disney's just drip feeding Ben Shapiro content.
Yep. Anyways,
Anyway,
Miss Marvel.
officially delayed to Q4 of next year.
What?
Andor will also release in that time frame.
Q4 of next year?
Yes.
They're delaying the show a whole year.
A year from.
So Q4 is July to September
Yeah, that's the
of
last.
next year.
Yeah.
So it'll air somewhere in that time, and so will Andor.
That's like it. Well, Andor we didn't have a date for, but Miss Marvel was supposed to come out this season.
Mm-hmm.
So what happened?
People really, really hate what they're doing with Miss Marvel.
But what they're doing with Miss Marvel is better,
So
in my opinion.
So people are mad at Miss Marvel. One, because they've completely altered her powers.
Her powers sucked. Her powers were so stupid.
She
It's
stretched.
different, and I don't like
She's just a dumb version of Luffy.
Sam.
Sam, I saw this guy in a TikTok say that in the comics.
I don't know what
it's
that
different.
means.
Her powers were used as to make a metaphor for racism.
Guess what? Do a different metaphor. Just make it a different kind of metaphor. Well, it can still be a metaphor for racism, but just make it a different
They were
metaphor.
also mad because a Muslim character in the comics was a white guy who was cast in the role, so they also hated that.
Well, okay, just recast that guy. Who cares? Who even is that guy? Recast him, whatever. But her powers sucked. That's my point. I like her new powers better. Her old powers were so dumb. She just stretch.
They're not going to change.
Marvel's got too many stretchy guys. Venom's a stretchy guy now. Fantastic Four is a stretchy guy.
Oh, because she, you know how like stretchy characters can make themselves look different.
Yeah, she would shapeshift into a white person.
No, she would shape
for the first.
into Miss Marvel when she would fight crime.
Yeah, she shapeshifted into a white person for the
Because she
first
thought only
issue of the
white
comics.
girls could be powerful.
And then it was a metaphor when she stopped doing it.
Yeah.
Which is fine. I mean, that's a solid metaphor. But I'm saying you can also just do that still.
No, what they're gonna have her do based on like set photos is she dress up as Captain Marvel.
That's the metaphor still works.
Yeah.
That still works. The metaphor is the same.
But
Anyway,
it's different.
it's slightly different than what I wanted.
It's slightly different from the comic book I didn't read.
Because okay, here's the thing.
Someone on Twitter told me what happened.
Here's the thing about criticizing comic book things in general. Just because it was a certain way in the comic books
Doesn't mean it's good.
inherently mean that way was better. That just means that's how it was done
Yeah.
the first time. There's a lot of things I like in the MCU that they did better than they did in the comics.
I think when people go, this movie's bad because it's not loyal to the comics.
When you criticize something and compare it to the original comics, you're not comparing it to the comic because that's the original. You're comparing it to the comic because that was a better version of the story.
If that's the reason. Yeah.
You're not comparing it just because that's the source material. Lots of things, the source material is worse than the original. That's how things
and
are.
lots of things have source material where, you know what, sometimes it's the same in quality.
Also, everyone complaining about this, the general audience
Aren't going to watch the show anyways.
Yeah, it
They
doesn't
have
matter.
no idea who Miss Marvel
You
is.
know why?
Guys, I got a tube.
You should smoke out of it. Good job, you did it.
But Patrick's a
Actually,
good
a
boy.
tube for like teaching breathing for trombone.
Oh, you're going to be like Demon Slayer. You can breathe better.
Sam, you want to know? You want to know how people? You want to know why people watch this, regardless of whether or not they hate it?
It says, got that Marvel
It
word
says
right there.
Marvel on it.
That's how you make sure it makes money.
Now I watch.
With Marvel movies, if it's got women, it makes less money. But if it's got that little word, yeah, see that? Yeah, in the red, with the red outline. That's how you know it's going to make money. You stamp that on there, money, equal money.
I wasn't gonna buy these oranges, but I.
But then they put the word Marvel on it, and now I want them.
So, are you excited for Miss Marvel, or are you going?
I'll watch it. I mean, I think it can be good. I like the character Miss
Sure.
Marvel. I think she has potential. I just think in the comics her powers were dumb. That's
Also,
my criticism.
They're changing it because one, she's an Inhuman in the comics, and they're not.
And they can't.
They're
They're
gonna
not
touch
touching
those.
that IP
Yeah.
again.
And two, it's because they have two other Miss Marvel kind of
Now-
family of characters.
What I do think is going to be because the reason they changed her powers is so that it wouldn't conflict with.
They did it for
Fantastic
three
Four
reasons.
guy.
One, because they're not doing Inhumans.
Yeah,
Two, because they didn't want because Fantastic Four's also coming.
they didn't want brand confusion.
Inhumans and Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. made so much sense and were so good.
Patrick, but not the Inhumans TV show.
You remember that? Shot on IMAX? Remember that one, Patrick?
Released in movie theaters.
That also.
Oh, it was unwatched. No one's seen it.
That is Agents of
I
S.H.I.E.L.D.
haven't even seen it.
Patrick, it's worse than Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
That's saying a lot.
By a significant margin.
Yes.
Anyway,
Anyway,
I like
what was the
Yeah.
third reason?
and the third reason is because the other two Captain Marvel or the Marvel's characters have energy-based powers.
And they wanted to sort of keep it
and
consistent.
they wanted them all to have those so that it would work.
Now, here's where I think they might still have brand confusion. What is another character we just got who has magic bracelets that give him energy-based powers?
Is his name Shang-Chi?
Does his name starts with a Shang and ends with a Chi?
No, Sam is
He's got magic bracelets that give him energy-based powers.
Same as Marvel. Everyone shoots lasers out of their hands. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, but I mean, the point is now she's got magic bracelets that give her energy-based powers.
Superheroes where the power is just glowy thing that shoot laser.
Max, that's the best power you can have.
Also, okay, I don't really blame them for that because
That's how you make people fight.
When you're fighting Thanos,
What else are you gonna do?
normal karate isn't gonna do a whole lot.
He tried that. He punched him in the face, didn't do a whole lot.
Yeah, you need to shoot lasers.
Gotta
at
shoot him with lasers.
him. Anyway.
Anyway.
Oh, also, we barely talked about
Andor,
You know
I don't
why?
care about
No one
Andor.
cares about
I don't care.
Andor.
I love Star Wars.
This is gonna be the longest show they do too. It's gonna be 12 episodes.
I struggle to make my yeah, because
No, Bad Batch was longer, wasn't it?
But that's an animated.
that's animated.
But it's
I
Also, Bad Batch season 2 is supposed to come out next year.
I
at some point.
struggle to make myself care about this show.
I mean-
I cannot make myself do it.
We'll
I'll
all
watch it still, but I don't care as of right
also,
now.
K2SO is not gonna be in it.
Yeah,
He was originally
what
in
happened to
the-
queso and chips? All right,
That's
it was
right.
always K2SO and Cassian, queso and chips.
They had
Now
Alan
there's
Tudyk
just the
and they
chips
got
and
rid
no
of
queso.
But he'll probably be in season 2.
No one wants just plain chips.
All right.
Anyway,
Let's move on. Movie time.
woo!
Yay.
What was the movie thing that we said we were gonna add and forgot to do?
Oh, want to look up the Ant-Man and the Wasp?
Yeah, let's pull that up.
Quantumania?
Let's start off with that. Cause what the heck is that? What on earth is this?
Patrick, can you
Who
see my
made
screen
that?
right now?
Yeah.
Who thought that was an acceptable
Can you see
logo?
this?
Oh, that's my
this?
favorite. Oh,
What that says.
That's my Patrick. Are you telling me your favorite Ant-Man movie isn't Ant-Man and the Wasp?
What's that one right next to it that looks way better?
That was the original one.
Then they changed it.
Wait, there's the evolution of it right there.
Changed it from one that was readable.
That's the evolution, Patrick.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
the
yeah.
evolution right there.
How did they?
It got progressively less legible.
It got just worse as they kept developing it.
Go back. Griffin, come look at this. Can you read this?
Like what?
Show him the first one.
What is that? What is that? Who thought that was a good plan? Kevin Feige, I just want to talk. I just want to have a chat. Let's just call me. Call me. I'll fix it.
We don't even know graphic design, but we know we
I
can't
d-
read that.
But yeah, this is hashtag graphic design is my passion. This is the Reddit r/ graphic design is my passion. Who thought that was okay?
They'll change it.
They will, because that's
They'll
It's
just,
so
they'll
stupid.
Go back to this one. You know why?
That goes in the movie.
Because
That's-
what is this?
that's on the back of the
yeah,
Wait, that looks like it might be photoshopped actually.
potentially.
Look how bright the text is.
Yeah.
That doesn't make any sense. Okay, that might be fake, but like still, that's a terrible
This
logo.
was published in like major magazines.
Yeah.
This is like trending on Twitter.
Look, that one's trying to. Oh, wait, is Distractify owned by Disney?
Potentially.
Okay, what is it? Who is Distractify? Because they're trying to defend it. I need to know if they're owned by Disney. Look up, is Distractify owned by Disney? We're going on a rabbit hole. We're going down
No.
down the hole.
Go down the rabbit.
This is just one of those clickbait articles where it's like, it's got endgame links. It's got link to endgame.
No, they said it's going to be bigger than Endgame,
Anyway.
which it's not, because
How could it be bigger than Endgame?
oh, it
Even if-
won't, because see the title says Ant-Man and the Wasp and not
Hey,
Avengers.
we know Bill Murray is in this movie.
Great.
Bill Murray.
That's all you gotta tell me.
See,
is Bill
that's
Murray's
proper
in it.
use of the sound effect.
That's why I've seen Garfield 2
And Garfield 1.
and Garfield 1, but
Not the Chris Pratt Garfield. We'll get into that too.
We'll get into that later.
We'll get into that in a second. All right, first off,
we gotta look at the
Morbius.
trailer for Morbius.
Okay, yeah, it's
Vampire
Actually, I
State.
think this might be the first trailer for Morbius.
no, this is the one that they played in theaters.
Oh, it is?
So
Yeah.
they're doing vampire.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, I remember
Morbius.
watching this.
And they're doing werewolf.
So, this is Sony, though.
You do be named Morbius.
Patrick,
You do be a doctor, man.
what do you think of this film?
I know nothing about this film.
What if I told you Vampire Man?
Oh, again?
It's almost like
What if I told you that?
Okay.
That Vampire Man.
I want to rewind for a second, real quick.
Was Morbius in No Way Home?
Okay.
confirmed?
So we can't play the audio, of course, but the whole idea of this trailer, right, or like probably be the whole idea of the movie, is he's got like an incurable disease.
Mm-hmm.
He's a doctor. He's looking for a cure for his disease,
Of course.
and somehow
Probably 'cause-
this movie is gonna come up with some dumb explanation for why he thinks that cutting his hand open and standing in front of a bat cave.
No, Tucker, it's
is gonna
Doctor Strange.
cure his issues.
Tucker, it's Doctor Strange, but vampire.
Why not?
That's what it is.
It's got, except for you're replacing Benedict Cumberbatch with Jared Leto.
Yep. Uh-huh.
Because his last superhero role was so popular.
He was. Everyone loved it.
Who's making this movie? Is this
Wait, did he go full method on this one too?
This is part of the Spum.
Did he go around in everyday life crippled?
Spum?
Did he go full on method again?
Patrick, you remember Spum? It's the Sony Pictures universe of Marvel characters.
What a good name.
You can't say it with the C because then that would be bad.
Also, Spum sounds funnier. You go, oh, I love the MCU and the Spum.
That's not where the C is, but thanks.
Alright.
Anyway,
Hey, do you like the Spawn
yeah,
too?
it's Doctor Strange, but instead of turning
Oh,
into,
but look, Michael Keaton's in it.
and he's the Vulture probably.
Oh, actually, we got some things to point out. Okay, so one,
Spider-Man.
Spider-Man's on the wall, but it's one. This is a screenshot from the PS4 game. It's
Yeah.
that's literally a loading screen from the game.
Yeah,
It's got murder on it, so presumably this takes place
after
after Far From Home.
yeah.
But it's Tobey Maguire. That's obviously the Tobey Maguire suit.
No, it's not.
Yeah, it is. Look, it's red and blue. It's kind of that purplish blue,
Yeah, it's got the
and it's got the
silver
raised silver webbing on it.
Yeah, but it doesn't go over the blue part.
What?
The Tobey Maguire suit has the pattern goes over, not the
Look,
not the
that's
metal part.
obviously raised webbing.
Yeah, no, that is. I'm talking about the blue part.
What about?
Never mind. Forget it. Keep going.
That's obviously the Tobey
Yeah,
Maguire
yeah.
suit, right? And then you also have Michael Keaton,
Who is
Who's
presumably
Vulture?
in Vulture because he's in prison.
from Homecoming. And there's also, let me see if I can, okay.
He says I'm Venom and he scares the guy.
Yeah, so Venom happens, and also Daily Bugle newspaper, Rhino on the loose, Rhino,
Yeah,
I mean,
Rhino
Spider-
on the loose is a
Black
hoax.
Cat, also someone in Amazing Spider-Man 2. It's the same Daily Bugle logo they used for both.
They can't do
Venom.
Black Cat in the current Spider. He's got MJ, unless she's Black Cat.
They can just do both.
To make her Black Cat, just
No, just
screw
have Black Cat
screw the
in
lore.
person.
No, but because he likes Black
Oh, and there
Cat.
was one other thing. It's a shot of a city, and for 1 second you can see the Oscorp logo. And it's the same Oscorp building as Amazing Spider-Man.
No, I'm really hoping they don't do the basement
So
of
what universe is it in?
whichever one Disney allows them to be in.
Yeah, whatever. It's the real answer is really, but not really the MCU.
The answer is yes.
Yeah.
The answer is yes.
answer
It is it is in one of them.
The answer is that Amy Pascal goes, you know, it's connected with all of our films, with our Venom films and also our Spider-Man films. And then they go, Kevin Feige, is this in the MCU? And he goes,
Yeah,
and
sure.
he goes, Sony does what Sony does. I can't stop.
Sony does their thing, and I'm here.
So
I also am
Do you guys think
alive.
it's gonna be good?
No.
look, there he is. Oh, did I miss it?
Patrick, have you ever seen a movie with Jared Leto in it that was not bad?
There is him in his full monster form.
Was All the Little Things good? Was that supposed to be good?
Oh, the little things?
Yeah.
I think people were just like, eh.
He was in that.
Jared Leto
wasn't
the
that.
Joker?
He has an Oscar.
Yes, sir, he was. Certainly was in the Joker. He certainly was the Joker.
And he was so good.
Is he not really good?
in it.
Oh, he was the best Joker.
Why do you
Everyone
think-
loves his
Why do you
Joker.
think they canceled his 4 spin-off movies?
And replaced him in the next Joker movie they made.
And then
And we'll probably replace him again in this new Batman trilogy. All right, let's move on.
It's because everyone loved his performance
Oh,
so
it's
much.
coming out in January, but it's Morbius. Who gives a crap? It's
And why they wrote him out of the Harley Quinn movie and didn't show him at all.
Well, it's because Jared Leto was filming this.
That was a choice he made.
Yes, it was.
I can't really say it was a good or bad choice because either one would have been bad.
We also got a final trailer for a movie that comes out a
I
week from
haven't
now.
seen this one because I can't. I can't bring myself to watch a trailer for a movie that was supposed to be out a year and a half ago.
We got Gozer's back.
Gozer's back, and they're
Pounds is shaking.
better than ever.
Stranger Things kid. Ecto
You know
1.
what I
Terror
wanna
Dogs.
see?
There's
Paul
the
Rudd,
guy. He's back.
Dan Aykroyd's phone. He just, Dan Aykroyd's doing voiceover
I
like
want to
this whole
see
time.
Gustbusters. Where they just follow away.
Gust Boosters.
We have comedic,
Bruce.
sidekick, animated toy selling
Yeah,
character.
yeah. This is the Baby Yoda.
Yep. Well, attempted baby Yoda.
No, that's the minion. That's what
Zombie.
that is.
We got some more fun ghosts. We have
The Zapper.
knockoff Slimer.
He's looking in the.
Yeah,
Oh, there's Gozer.
again.
Who's playing Gozer?
I don't know.
Huh? Yeah, he's like.
And
How
then
old is he in this
here's
one?
the big thing: is that
Oh.
if you hear Bill Murray's voice, he goes, "Did you miss us?" And then
Oh, he's got a wedding ring on now. That's
wait.
a.
Bill Murray.
Ooh, did he get married to that girl?
married Dana Barrett probably.
Probably. Is she in the movie?
Sigourney Weaver is in this movie.
Ooh.
Is Bill Murray in Spider-Man?
Ooh.
Bill Murray in Spider-Man?
Also, I like how it's Dan Aykroyd, Bill Murray, and then Ernie Hudson.
He's like way over there. They're still trying to bury him for some reason.
But are you excited to see Ghostbusters, a movie I will drag you to?
I will watch it. I don't have anything
I
against it.
rewatched 1 and 2.
Why did you watch 2?
1 is so good, and 2 is
So bad.
mediocre.
It's not a
No,
good
not
movie.
mediocre.
Why
It's
is there an
fucking
evil
shit.
painting that takes over a baby? That's
He
stupid.
wants to take over. He doesn't take
Monster.
over.
That's still. That's even dumber.
It's not good.
It's even dumber that the evil painting can't take over the baby.
The good part of that movie is the cast and just like the general characters. That's the enjoyable
The good things
part.
about that movie is the stuff that they didn't ruin from the first movie.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Anyway,
Hocus
I'm very
Pocus.
excited for Ghostbusters.
Hocus Pocus time. Why? Why are we bringing this back?
Skonkus.
I thought
Okay.
we were done with this.
So,
I look, it's
Hocus Pocus 2, they started shooting, and they announced some new cast members. They got Taylor Henderson, who is that guy.
What is he in?
Tony Hale, who you
Am
know
I
from
recognized
things.
from the show?
Hannah Whittingham from
She was
Ted
in
Lasso,
Ted Lasso.
and Doug Jones, who's like a...
Oh, the
Sort of just
scientist
around.
He's
from
done a
Spy
million
Kids
things.
2.
He does...
Yeah,
Anytime there's a character in a movie who's like a
Kooky.
guy in a full costume and like playing a weird creature, it's him. Always him.
He's like
He was the fish man in Shape of Water. He was
He was the
the
scientist
other.
from Spy
He was
Kids.
like the.
he's like
sidekick
if you
in
take
Hellboy.
Macaulay Culkin and Willem Dafoe and took all the worst parts of them and smooshed them into one guy.
That's mean.
Poor guy.
he's a Willem Dafoe
But he was-
Macaulay Culkin
He was
hybrid.
in Pan's Labyrinth. He was in Hocus Pocus 1. I think he's returning the same character. He was the Silver Surfer body actor in Fantastic Four as the Silver Surfer. He's a million.
Oh, that's what I recognize him from.
So just because you don't see his face in it.
Yeah, because he's a CGI puddle in that movie.
Yeah.
CGI silver bullets.
So the reason this is getting made is because Hocus Pocus
Is an IP
is a
that
cult hit.
someone recognizes.
And every year around Halloween, it does super duper well on Disney Plus.
Mhm.
So obviously,
We played Hocus Pocus music in one of our marching shows.
Oh
Yeah,
wait,
it's-
did George Lucas make it or not?
No,
George
what?
Lucas? Did what's his name? Not George Lucas. Why did I say that? Not.
Henry Henderson.
Yeah, John Williams.
Children.
Wait, who did the
Listen, they
score
make this movie,
for
all the millennials will have
Hocus
nostalgia
Pocus?
because- yes.
so
It was Douglas Fake. Who's that? Wait, no, that's the producer.
He's fake.
so this will likely come out Halloween of next year at the earliest, and it's going to be exclusive to Disney Plus.
It was
So
John Corden Dibney.
very famous man.
That's my favorite guy.
He's my favorite
The
composer.
whole original
He's my
cast is
hero.
returning. All three of the witches. So Sam, we're getting Hocus Pocus 2. Are you excited?
Awesome.
Ooh, all that
I only
shit.
even know that this movie exists because of Nostalgia Critic. That's the only reason I know it is
Alright.
even a thing.
Let's move on.
Anyway, John Wick.
Ana de Armas from the movies.
What movies is she in?
No Time to Die and Knives Out.
Oh, she was the Spanish girl with the dress that was just
She
showed up
was-
randomly and fought some dudes.
Mm-hmm. She is in talks to star in a spin-off of John Wick called The Ballerina.
Is Keanu Reeves gonna be in it?
Probably in a cameo.
Is she the ballerina?
Presumably.
Great.
If Keanu Reeves isn't
Does
in
she
it,
do ballet though? That's
So
the real
the John
question.
Wick franchise is expanding, right?
Awesome.
4 wrapped filming today.
That
They're
okay.
doing that TV show with Mel Gibson, and they're doing
Sure.
this spin-off
So
film.
is this just gonna be like Black Widow, basically?
It'll be like John Wick, but a girl.
So it'll be Black Widow.
No, it'll be
Black Widow is dumb.
it'll be the first Resident Evil movie.
Probably.
Yeah.
If anything, it'll be similar to like.
No, wait. What's that one with that was made by the Resident Evil guy? But they're like vampires and they hunt werewolves.
Werewolf.
Oh, I think you're thinking of Underworld. It
That's
wasn't
the
same guy,
one.
It was a different guy.
It's the same guy.
Werewolf.
It's
a different guy, but it's the
a movie
same.
where she's gonna beat up.
She gonna run around and
gangsters.
kill dudes.
Yeah.
She gonna do that little flip move that every girl does in every movie where the girl fights dudes.
That's right.
The little leg rapidy flippity flop, I call it.
Leg wrap, flip
Girls-
around, drag them to the ground, pick up their gun, shoot a guy.
Or choke
Girl's
them
got
to
big
death with their leg.
vaginas, But she's also good at fighting.
That's her. That's what she was in James Bond.
All right,
Hocus pocus.
Sam, do you know the musical Wicked?
I do know the musical Wicked.
It's getting a film adaptation
All right.
starring Ariana Grande and Cynthia Erivo.
That's actually kind of like genius casting. I'm not
Linda
gonna lie.
and Elphaba.
I'm not gonna lie. That's like actually that
John
sounds
and she
actually
was
kind of sounds
directed.
kind of good. Actually, I will watch this.
I will as well.
That I'm actually that's like actually really good casting. I like that a lot. Anyway,
Are you excited for this film?
I will watch it.
Wait, which one's gonna be green?
Grande act is the
Okay.
question.
I don't. Well, she was in Sam and Cat and that other Nickelodeon show
Yeah.
that she was in.
And Victorious.
And Victorious.
I watched both of those shows.
I think she's done more.
She
acting
played like
since.
sort of like the airhead character.
She's done nothing.
She's in that new Don't Look Up, the new.
Oh no! She's in Fortnite. That's what I recognize her from.
Yeah.
Quit.
Going for Fortnite?
She was. She has done.
She's in Fortnite twice now.
But she's becoming a
She's
big
got
time actor,
spiders.
Sam.
Well, she's becoming a actor.
Oh, this movie would be.
Is it going to be on Disney Plus?
No, this is. I think this is a Universal
Well, she
thing.
was an actor and then a
No, actually, no. It's Warner Brothers because they own
and a
the
musician and then a.
Yeah, this was like the Hamilton before Hamilton came out. This was like the
Yeah,
big
this
musical.
was the big thing. And
This
then
was the-
Hamilton came along and kind of usurped it.
Yeah.
As the big musical.
Cool.
All right.
Next.
Well,
It's a
and then
25
Dear
to
Evan
30
Hansen
year old
came
women.
along.
And then Dear Evan Hansen came
Oof,
along.
Not oof.
That one just made everyone sad.
Both from its subject and quality.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Gal Gadot has
That-
been cast as the evil queen in the live-action Snow White film from Disney.
I think that's good casting too, actually.
Yes, the casting of Snow White doesn't make sense.
Not as logical, but this one I understand.
Why?
Patrick, do you recall perhaps the reason Snow White was called Snow White?
Oh yeah, I think we talked about.
Yeah, we talked about this. Anyway,
Again, my theory:
About it again.
white hair,
yeah, that's what they'll do. Her hair was white as snow. That's what they'll do. Anyway,
evil
We're not-
queen.
yep.
Gal Gadot.
Evil Queen. I think she'll be a good evil
She's
queen.
also gonna play Cleopatra. So
That also
Two evil
makes
queens.
sense. Good for her. Paw Patrol.
Paw Patrol.
Yes! Let's go!
Oh,
Let's go!
Yeah, baby.
a sequel to the wildly
That's what it's all about.
successful and popular Paw Patrol the movie.
Why is Paw Patrol like so huge?
It's really
It's
big.
it's huge.
It's so big. With
It's
little
what
kids.
what was our Paw Patrol? Did we have one?
When I was a kid.
Pokemon,
Pokemon's still huge.
What's the one?
Phineas and Ferb.
No,
Superfly. No.
that's a book series. You.
Ninjago, I guess.
Yeah,
I
actually,
guess it was kind
that's really the closest thing I can think of.
We were never big into like any like toddler because this was like for like toddlers.
Yeah, but like in terms of like toy tie-in shows that are successul, I think Ninjago is the
probably
closest.
Ninjago. But anyway,
Curious George.
No, what, Max? You're not allowed to talk anymore.
Paw Patrol. We say that every.
Curious George?
They didn't make any toys for that.
Max, when was the last time you saw a Curious George toy that wasn't in a crane game?
Okay, I'm sorry.
All right. Anyway, it's
Successful
getting a
toy
sequel.
tie-in show, Curious George.
Exclusive theatrical release. It'll be called Paw Patrol:
The Mighty movie, as opposed to the regular movie, which already came out.
Yes. It will release October 13th, 2023.
Will not star Scooby-Doo. There was a lot of confusion about that.
Wait, Scooter's not gonna be in it?
Which I believe is the same week that Dune 2 is expected to
Wow,
come
they
out.
picked a really good week.
All right.
Actually, that is kind of a good week.
Yeah, it's good child
Because then the moms and the kids can go watch.
Yeah, well, Dad
that
goes
movie.
to see Dune.
Why do we keep talking about this movie? I don't care about this movie.
Matt David and Robert Downey Jr. are gonna be in
Great.
it.
Next story. We don't care.
That's a great cast.
I don't care about
Yeah, it's a great cast, but I don't care about this
Cillian
movie
Murphy,
at all.
Emily
Bourne
Blunt,
can do whatever.
Robert
I
Downey
don't care. Go to
Jr.,
the
Matt
next
Damon.
No one's even gonna watch it because it's a historical drama.
Go to the next slide.
Chris Pratt. Garfield.
Okay, now this I can get down with.
Christopher Nolan, Gerardo Garfield's in town.
We need Chris Pratt. Guys, Chris Pratt is every character. Can we make Chris Pratt every... How many characters can Chris Pratt be?
Alright, to set this up, Chris Pratt, on top of being Star-Lord, Emmett from the Lego movie, and also Mario now.
And also the other Emmett from the Lego movie.
Yes.
And
He's now been cast as Garfield in a new 100% CGI animated Garfield film. It is being produced by Alcon Entertainment and will be distributed by Sony Pictures.
Who the heck is Alcon
Is
Entertainment?
Bill Murray gonna be in it?
No.
I don't want it.
It will be directed by Min Dindal and written by David Reynolds, who were the same team behind Emperor's New Groove.
Do you think he's gonna try to talk like Garfield, or is he gonna
No, I
just
think-
be
I think
Chris Pratt?
He'll do his low voice thing where he...
Yeah, he'll just do like
We'll do
this.
a Chris Pratt impression.
He'll just do like a lazy voice, which is
He'll
just.
just do the Emmett voice.
No, Wes.
That'd be so lame.
Look, there's Garfield.
Like, Garfield didn't really have an iconic voice until the...
No, he did. And his like original, like kind of like TV show.
Well, there's the CGI show and there's the movies. And both of those, he kind of sounds the same. But Chris Pratt doesn't sound like either of those guys.
But he's a big famous boy.
Just put... Bill Murray is still alive.
But he only did the first one because the studio tricked him.
Bill Murray has got to get out of his chair.
I'm sure he'd love to do a third Garfield
They'd have
movie.
to call his 1-800 number and go, Bill, don't hang up. Garfield.
Don't hang up, I promise. Listen, hear me out. Garfield.
Alright, moving on. Sam, are you excited for another
No,
Garfield
I don't
movie?
care about Garfield. As an IP, it is dead. It's been dead for 30 years.
I really wanted another Garfield.
Whose idea was this? Well, okay. The idea was, hey, this is a thing.
You said it was Sony Pictures, right?
Distributing. They're not making
Yeah.
it.
No, it's Sony.
Guys, I've been waiting since...
This has got Sony written all over it.
No, the funny part is just that, like, people after he was cast as Mario was just like, well, he should just be everywhere. He should be Garfield, and then he got cast as Garfield.
No, but like, I think this is Sony's next attempt to make a successful movie. Now that
Really?
they've
Hot
lost.
take from Sam.
Now that they've
Sony's
lost.
trying to make money.
No. Listen. Now that they've lost Hotel Transylvania, they need another flagship
Well, yeah, which is
movie.
ending, yeah.
Yeah, I
This
think
is the
that
new franchise.
because you could franchise Garfield if
It's
you
so
really
easy.
try.
You just make 9 Garfield movies.
Like just Alvin and the Chipmunk it, honestly.
You just do the mini...
Oh, actually, we'll talk about
Which,
it.
yeah, speaking of,
No, that's not the next thing.
You know,
Next
ever
thing
since
up.
They're
Tale
not
of Two
making
Kitties,
another
I've just
one,
been...
are
ooh,
What?
Shang-Chi.
Okay.
Alvin and the Chipmunks?
No,
Not
that IP's
currently.
100% dead.
All right. So, Disney Plus, this Friday on Disney Plus Day, which is going to be a big news day for next episode, they're launching a new IMAX Enhanced program on Disney Plus,
The heck is that
which
mean?
will display 13 Marvel movies in a new IMAX ratio, which is basically just full screen.
Full screen, or so is it 14:9 then?
See how this is widescreen? Like, this is how the movie was,
Mm-hmm.
like, if you went to a theater, that was a normal theater with display
It
like
adds
this.
more to the
Or if
top
you were to watch it at
than the
home.
bottom.
Does
But
it
if you
cost
went to an
more money?
IMAX screen, you'd see this.
So it's 14:9 now,
Does
is
it
what you're
cost
telling me?
more money?
Kinda.
Or is
So they just changed the
It's
aspect
only movies
ratio?
filmed either entirely or partially with IMAX cameras.
But why
I can pull. up
Why
the
does that
exact
affect the
list.
aspect
Is it something
ratio?
that you have to like pay for as an add-on?
No, this is just going to be part of it.
If it's this
Just when
isn't
you
this
go-
isn't Nintendo
When
Online.
you go to
Max.
these movies, it'll just play them in.
Are you done with your fries, Tucker?
Yeah, they're cold. eating.
Oh, there's like barely any in here.
I ate 3 meals in the past like 4 hours.
Wait, 3 what?
I ate a lot of food
What did you eat for dinner?
today.
Bro, at college, or at least what I'm doing, like, I'm so busy that meals are just kind of like, yeah, if you have time.
Alright.
Yeah, I don't really eat breakfast very often unless I have like a test that day. I
Okay.
pretty much just
So
skip
here's the
breakfast.
list of movies that'll be part of this new IMAX ratio: Ant-Man and the
I've
Wasp,
done 3 tests.
Avengers: Infinity War, Avengers: Endgame, Black Panther, Black Widow, Captain America: Civil War, Captain Marvel, Doctor Strange, Guardians 1 and 2, Iron Man, Thor: Ragnarok, and of course Shang-Chi.
So it's just gonna. They're just fitting it to. Here's the real reason they're doing this. They're making it so it fits on regular TVs.
they're doing it because IMAX was like, "Hey, do you want to do this?" And they were like,
No,
"Sure."
they're doing it because they realize that it's a streaming service and they want it in the right aspect ratio for a TV. That's why.
Well,
they
yeah,
do
why
it.
not? Who cares? Doesn't matter. But I'm surprised they're not gonna. I think they're testing this out to see if they can do this for other stuff on the platform.
I think they're just doing it as a way to brand being in the correct aspect ratio.
The thing is like only there's like a very few like movies Disney has that was like filmed in IMAX.
Yeah.
I don't even think Star Wars was, so you couldn't even really.
Well, no, the new one was.
I think Rogue One was probably done in IMAX.
Why would they just do that one?
Because that was the big.
They filmed all of them partially. At least.
Yeah, so if they're partially, then they'll do this. They'll just like the black bars will go in and out. Anyway, moving on.
Oh, I got to the part.
We got our first
where
poster.
The aspect ratio changed, so now it's not in 4:3.
What show?
One Piece. Now
Oh.
it's in 16:9.
No, it's in.
We got our
14:9.
first poster for Spider-Man: No Way Home, a movie that comes out in a month.
Notice that little detail in the
Oh
background?
my gosh, it's Green Goblin.
It's Green Gobbo. It's Gooby Goober.
Goopy Goober, he's back. And Doc Ock's arms are here.
And he's not going to take his mask off the whole movie because
And-
Willem Dafoe's very old.
And look, there's sand. And look, there's lightning from Electro.
And Sandman.
And look, the poster's poorly designed.
And guys,
Again, because it's a Spider-Man movie.
They need to fire
Fire that guy.
whoever makes their Spider-Man.
He's not good at it.
posters.
He's not good at
You
it.
know what? Fire the guy who made every MCU poster, like the ones with the heads.
No, the Avengers ones were awesome.
No, not like every poster, but the ones where it's just head of main character, head.
You mean Infinity War and Endgame? Those posters were awesome.
No, but those ones are the only exception because those ones have.
Those are the
like,
only ones
actual
with a bunch of
stuff
heads.
happening.
Those are the only ones with a bunch of
No,
heads.
have you seen every other Marvel poster?
Yeah, none of the other ones are like that.
Just
Anyway.
Anyway, moving
Just give me
on.
a second.
Sam,
If the-
do you think this movie will actually come out?
One day.
Oh, I didn't put this in, but there were very big leaks from this film
Mm-hmm.
in the past week. We will not show them, because who knows what Disney's up to with that. Probably firing a lot of people currently.
Including Tom Holland.
The
See
reason...
See how head, or
Max, that's the first poster for Iron Man. That's a good poster. Anyway,
Max is like, I don't want to see heads.
or.
I want to see no heads.
But
that was a
no,
bad poster. That's a Spider-Man one.
Wait, so
But
what
there's
happened with
there's cooler posters
So,
for that. movie that they choose not to use.
I'm going to say what's in them, because if people don't know,
Yeah.
I want to bring it.
Just tell them to go away if you don't want to hear leaks.
No, we'll talk about it. Because
But
the
I
movie,
think that would be
again,
awkward.
movie comes out in a month.
The movie comes out next month, Patrick. Just
You
wait.
can just wait. You'll be
Or
okay.
go on Twitter.
I want to know.
Go on
But-
Twitter once in a
But the
while.
reason, the theory on why these things
Just
have
look up
leaked
leaks.
is that Sony is in absolute crunch mode
Yeah.
to finish the VFX for this movie. Like 7 days a week, 10-hour days. For VFX.
I mean, the trailer was leaked a
And-
couple days before
and
it came
they're
out.
bringing in outside VFX houses
Yeah.
to come work on shots, and the theories are that they're handing the shots to people
Who
that
don't
aren't
care.
properly
Yeah.
like verified or
That aren't
checked or
briefed.
whatever.
Yeah.
and they're leaking it out. And also, the reason Marvel leaks aren't normally this bad is because those are Marvel, and so they're much more.
Put together.
They have a lot more detailed security.
They know
This
how
is
to-
Sony. Sony isn't used to this because no one cares what Morbius is up to, so no
Yeah.
one's leaking that crap. But with Spider-Man: No Way Home, which is
Especially Spider-Man No
potentially
Way
the
Home.
biggest Marvel movie ever made, that people kind of want to know what's going on
I
there.
think people are hyping this up too much. Like it'll be. A really
People will
cool
be disappointed by this
but-
movie. You can't.
I
not
think
be
it'll be really
disappointed.
good. I think it
it'll
will.
be a great
I think people are
movie, but-
overhyping it. But
Yeah, it's definitely. Gonna be
anyway,
Like,
next thing. What's
everyone-
next?
Everyone confirmed. Oh my gosh. Biggest movie.
Spider-Man. Yeah.
Vin Diesel posted a heartfelt
Oh yeah, I saw
letter
this.
to
I
his
saw this like
Instagram
live, like as it was happening.
asking that Dwayne Johnson put aside their beef
For
in
Fast and
return
Furious 10.
For Fast and Furious 10, come back to the family, because that's what matters
Because
most.
family is everything.
Family and money. are what matter
Family.
most.
I'm just thinking of
Family and
Vin Diesel-
cars.
I'm just thinking of Vin Diesel.
Uh,
Listen, bro. We need to come together like a family.
The Rock and him famously did not get along at all on Fast and Furious 8. And The Rock said that he's not coming back at any point. He said he's done with this. But Vin Diesel's like, please
But
come
The
back.
Rock, it's about drive and power and staying hungry.
And devouring.
Sam,
If you put in the work and put in the hours,
You can take what's ours.
Sam, do you think he will come back for this film?
I think he might, actually.
I think, honestly...
For the finale of the series.
I think he would, because I think the only thing that would probably preclude him from it is that he is horribly busy. Like,
Yeah.
He's got so much
doing
crap
so
happening.
He's arguably the most famous man in the world.
Yeah,
right?
and he's not only acting in a million things, but he's also like a big time producer now, and he's producing a million things as well. Like, I'll bring him up. I'll bring up his IMDb
and
just
he's
to see
a
what.
rapper now.
So,
100%.
He was in. Do you see this League of Super Pets? Right, he was Crypto in that. He just finished filming Black Adam. He's gonna be in the movie The King.
Wait, he was Crypto?
He's working on a Big Trouble in Little China remake. He was just in Red Notice, that new Netflix movie. They're working on Jungle Cruise 2. Like, the guy's doing...
He's a very busy man.
He's a very
Was
busy
him
man.
as Crypto
He's
just
doing
like-
rap songs. All right?
Yeah.
Bark.
So,
Like how that sounds.
so, would he come back for this? Depends on how big the
Maybe.
paycheck is.
Yeah.
They'd have to
For Fast and Furious 10, that's the thing. I think they might go, like, all out.
They're doing 2 more. If he can't come back for this, they'll probably figure out a way to work him into 11. I think
Yeah.
they're going to try to bring Paul Walker back for this.
He's-
As in, computer his face.
I
on the
hope they
guy.
really do. I really hope they don't do that.
I think-
Like, okay, maybe at the very end when the family's eating dinner, if Paul Walker's sitting there, maybe.
I think what they will do is, like, they're in a bind, right? And they're all driving their cars. And then, like, there's a guy coming in, and then Paul Walker will, like maneuver around him and, like, hit him off the road or something. And then you'll see his face in the window, and it'll go, like, hey, it's
Be like,
me.
I got you, I got you, boys.
bro. And then Vince will go, like, yeah.
He's like,
And then they'll
bam.
just keep driving.
And then that's
he'll
it.
show-
Yeah.
And then he'll drive into the family dinner at the end. All right.
Alrighty, James Gunn time.
Guardians 3 is officially filming.
Yay, woo! Alright, next.
Dune Part 2.
Wow,
Today.
Boom. Wow, wow.
Patrick is confused.
Patrick doesn't understand.
He didn't see Dune.
He wasn't there for when the speakers in the theater went "Bow wow!" over and over again. Anyway,
Denis Villeneuve says that Dune Part 2 won't start filming until fall 2022
Why?
at the earliest. Just because he got a pre-production.
why didn't they just film it at the same time?
Because I think Legendary and Warner Brothers were like, well, maybe we'll see what happens.
They knew.
Oops.
They
Oh,
knew.
What? It just happened. Why
You
am I
went all the
back
way to
here?
slide 4. Good
You don't
job.
care about this. You're fired.
Tucker discovers
You're
PowerPoint.
fired.
Anyway, so Denis, he also said that he wants to make 3 Dune movies.
Makes sense.
He said, and I quote, "It's not that I want to do a franchise, but Dune is a huge story. In order to honor it, I think you need at least 3 movies to follow Paul Atreides
Atreides, the House
and his
Atreides.
full arc." He said the main reason for only doing 3 is because after that it gets so weird and weird 50s sci-fi. It's kind of completely unadaptable.
Illegible.
Should
Yeah.
make
So
sense.
you could
Or not-
only do 3.
You can read it, but it is inadaptable.
Yeah. So
You know that the Dune book, the part of the reason it's so big is because the back is a thesaurus of all the terms that like aren't explained well.
weird 50s sci-fi and a weird 50s sci-fi.
Yup. Anyway,
All right. Next thing.
Wakanda forever.
Black Panther: Wakanda Forever production
Yeah, she
shut
got
down until
injured.
early 2022 because of an injury Letitia Wright obtained in August. The reason they're just shutting it down now is because she gets injured. You
Obviously,
go-
there's other stuff she
you
can
film
do.
everything
Yeah.
she's not in, and then you put off everything she has to film later. Which is what
Also,
they're
she's probably CGI for about half the movie.
doing. Yeah, you can go work on
something.
visual effects.
The part where she's
Well,
flipping around
doing
as Black
this.
Panther.
So, hey, there's also stuff going on with her in regards to vaccines on the sets, because again, Disney has a vaccine mandate.
Did
for
she
all the
not want to do
productions,
that?
And she didn't want to get it.
I'm surprised. Anyway,
but they won't fire her because she's
she's
black.
the lead.
You don't wanna-
You can't lose your lead and then lose your other
Black
lead.
Panther,
Yeah.
yeah. But apparently, she only wants to do it for this one movie, and then they want to pass it on to a different character.
So they're gonna pass it on.
So it's called Wakanda Forever, but really it's Wakanda for like one movie.
Well, there'd be other Black Panther movies, but it would be
Yeah. So like I said, it's
different
Wakanda
other- which I
for
think
this
would
one
either
movie.
Be M'Baku
Wakanda for a little while.
or what's
I think
T'Challa's love interest? Her,
The girl?
Could be her.
I don't. She was not important.
Could also be.
I think it could be the
Spear Lady.
no the ape tribe guy.
M'Baku.
Oh,
Yeah,
Yeah, it could be him.
I think that would like character arc wise. I think that would make
Yeah, that would
sense.
work well. I think it's probably either them or this.
Because didn't who? Well,
I forget her
yeah,
name
yeah.
at the moment.
Anyway, that's sad. That sucks.
Yep.
Hopefully she gets better. We wish her a speedy
they could
recovery.
just say that Black Panther and the girl had a...
All right, now that we're done with the sad story, Alvin and Chipmunks.
Oh, man, the Chipmunks.
Oh,
The
no.
owner
Wait,
of
hold
them
on, hold
is
on,
looking
hold
to
on,
sell
hold on.
them for $300 million.
That's not a lot,
Which is not a lot, but they're also.
but that's also probably an overvalued
How much did
property.
the last movie make? I wonder
No,
if
how
that's
much did the last movie lose? Is the right question to be asking.
Yeah, Alvin and Chipmunks 4 was last year.
Pretty good though.
Patrick, what was the last movie called?
The road chip.
Was it the road chip?
Yeah!
Was it The Road Chip?
Yes, it
I thought there
was.
was one more after that.
No, it went first one and then
Yeah,
it was the Squeakquel.
They thought it would be a good
and then it
idea.
was Chipwrecked, and that the other one was the Road Chip.
Yeah, they thought it would be a good idea to compete with
Yeah.
just a little sort of unknown franchise known as Star Wars after it's been gone for 20 years.
Yeah, they may or may not have released the last one the exact same day as The Force Awakens.
Yeah.
And
That was back before we realized Star Wars was going downhill. This was at peak Star Wars hype.
And they may or may not have underperformed at the box office. Not only did they spend $90 million production budget on an Alvin and the Chipmunks movie, they also again released the same day as Star Wars Episode 7.
Great
Which is
choice
the
on their
highest
part.
grossing domestic film of all time.
Sam, wouldn't you...
Brilliant thinking on their part.
Wouldn't you rather want to...
Clearly, Simon was the brains behind that decision.
So,
Kowalski.
Kowalski
So,
analysis.
the last movie alone,
Chipmunks will always be a holiday classic though.
total
But
gross,
will they?
it made $234 million.
Like all the movies?
Hey,
The last...
it only lost $66 million.
Only 66 million.
So, selling them for $300 million, there's definitely potential there.
If Fox was still Fox, they would have bought it. If they weren't Disney.
I think Disney could pick this
I don't
up.
think Disney cares.
I think they would pick this up.
No.
Not for this price tag.
Sony's going to take
Sony
this
would
one.
pick this up,
Sony's
yeah.
going to take this one.
Sony or Amazon.
Amazon might take this one too.
Or Netflix. Netflix could also do it.
No, I think Amazon is more. I don't think Netflix
Actually,
needs
no,
to do
Netflix
this.
wouldn't spend the money.
They already have Boss Baby. They don't need. They don't need
Yeah, I think. Yeah, you're right. I think Sony would. Pick this up.
It'll either be Amazon or Sony.
One, it's not going to sell for this price.
Amazon
It's too
should
much
buy
money.
this
No,
and
but
then
I think-
turn it into like a superhero.
No, you know what? I think Amazon will buy this because they don't have a kids show yet.
That's true. They don't have. A big
They've got a
show.
bunch of adult shows. They got a bunch of teen shows. They don't got any kids shows.
Yeah, you're right.
I think they'll take
Bring
Well,
this.
this
they
to
should do
Amazon.
what,
And they got the money
no.
for it.
Yeah.
They could pay anything on Amazon.
Yeah.
CW should buy it, and then they can turn it into like
A
you know how they
gritty
make
teen
Power-
drama.
Yeah.
And Alvin will be. They'll all be men,
They'll all be drug addicts.
but they'll be bullied because they're also
They're weird
short.
chipmunk human hybrids.
No. They're just regular humans. They're the school bullies just call them Alvin and the
It'll be
Chipmunks.
like a TVMA, like a murder mystery. They'll just all wear colorful.
No,
hoods.
they're just
Yeah.
very hairy, short humans.
No. They have funny noses, and so they get bullied at school, and then people call them chipmunks. We're writing a CW show.
Guy, Hollywood, we're here.
And they
We're
happen
right
to
here,
all
guys.
Be in a club where they sing very high pitched.
They're part of an a cappella group.
They're part of the Hellfire.
And then in the last episode, they claim the name Alvin and the Chipmunks and use it as the name for their school, their talent
Well,
show.
at the end of the pilot,
This is like
A cappella- no.
Minnie Mouse.
No, at the end of the series, at the end of the season.
which would be that
No,
new
I
season.
think the pilot
It's a
is
10-episode season. It's a 10-episode season. The first 4 episodes is the friend group forming,
Uh-huh.
and they form because they've all been bullied.
They're not related.
They're not related yet.
Even though they all have the
No,
exact
no.
same facial deformity.
No. They just all happen to have the same facial deformity at the same school. And then they form a friendship, a strong bond over the next 4 episodes. And then the last 2 is the preparation for the talent show, where they reveal to the world that they can actually sing very well, and they reclaim the name Alvin and the Chipmunks that they used to bully them.
And everyone, hear me out on this. We get M. Night Shyamalan to direct.
All right.
We all know he was a great director.
Guys, Sony, we're out here.
We got big Star Wars news coming up. All right, Rogue Squadron, which was scheduled to be the next big theatrical release Star Wars film, directed by Patty Jenkins, has been moved off the production schedule. It was supposed to
That's
shoot next year.
bad.
I bet
Disney
there's
has
not enough source
Disney has
material.
cited scheduling conflicts with Patty Jenkins' other work. Her other 2 projects are Wonder Woman 3, obviously, with Warner Brothers, and a Cleopatra movie with Gal Gadot at Paramount.
Yeah.
So wait, 2 Gal Gadot movies?
Yes.
Yes. The Cleopatra conflict, that does kind of add up. That movie is in pre-production right now.
Yeah.
And so that very obvious. That could
Wonder
shoot
Woman is obviously
next year.
also probably
Wonder
in
Woman
pre-production.
also probably pretty far in development at this point.
Yeah.
That could also shoot next year. Although there's also the possibility that she's been fired, like every other Star Wars director who's ever worked in Star Wars.
And they're just sort of trying to
George
bury the
Lucas,
lead on this one.
And they're
Guys,
gonna bury it.
I think there's just not enough source material.
It has been. Not,
If they were going to try to bury a movie, this would be the one to bury.
Yeah.
No one even knows
it
this
has
is a
not
thing.
been moved off its release date, but it will definitely get pushed.
Obviously, you can't pull it off the production schedule and not delay the movie.
So it's not going to shoot next year at any point. And it has not even started casting yet.
Yeah.
I think they have a
What's the
script.
Star Wars movie, if this isn't happening.
Huh?
What are they gonna do next then?
Man, if only they had
So,
like 3 shows
They
coming
have
out.
they have
But
3.
they had a whole
Plus Bad
lot
Batch
of-
season
They
2.
have 3 movies in the works. They have this.
They've got the Ryan Johnson original.
As far as we know, they have 3
Yeah.
main ones in the works. They have this with her. They have Taika Waititi's doing his, and Kevin Feige's producing his, and his might be written by the guy who wrote Loki.
And we can't forget the Ryan Johnson
And
trilogy
Ryan Johnson-
that has still not been
The
canceled.
trilogy has still not been officially canceled. So
That's the one I'm most excited for, to be honest.
Disney's just waiting for that.
No, I think Ryan Johnson could make a genuinely good series of Star Wars movies.
It's time for him to make his trilogy.
He's not the guy you pick to make the middle of your trilogy.
Yeah, that was
He's not
the
that
dumbest
guy.
possible idea.
He's-
Yeah, you're not that guy, pal. You're not that guy.
He could make a really interesting movie if you let him do whatever he wants.
Yeah.
I think
And
that
you don't have it like connect to anything else. You just let him do whatever.
I
he
think
finds
that-
weird ideas.
You don't have any other person work on it.
yeah.
Just him. He does every job.
Keep him far away from your main series IPs. Let him
Yeah.
do spin-off things. He's the perfect spin-off guy. He's a terrible main story guy.
Yeah, because you know what? He'll just do what he wants.
Because he'll
and then
take your
everyone has to clean
story
up
and then
after
flip it upside down and kick it into the dirt, and then he'll just be like, "Here's your story back. Good luck. Bye."
But,
You know what? But after watching The Last Jedi, I have a new respect for
you mean Knives Out?
whatever they. Wait, after I watched whatever episode 9 was called.
Rise of Skywalker.
Yeah.
Yep. That
It-
movie was terrible.
But it was terrible because they tried to make 2 movies in 1 movie.
It was terrible because of copious.
There's a lot of issues.
that we've got into.
There were a
multiple-
lot of issues.
multiple
We've talked
times
about this
on
a
the
lot.
show. We won't get into it because we have a million times
But if
before.
you just watch episode 7 and then episode 9, it pretty much makes perfect sense.
Yeah.
Because you don't they pivoted so far from that movie that you don't really need it anymore because they tried so hard to make you forget it.
Yeah, the only important thing that really happens is that Luke dies in that movie.
Yeah, which you could have just been like,
Spoiler.
"Oh, he was already dead," and it's like, "Okay, sure."
Spoilers for the movie. that's
Anyway.
out Friday.
Spoiler for the movie that's
So-
been out for a while.
Rogue Squadron probably. The thing is
More
the
like
whole-
Rogue Squad
No,
done.
the whole
Got
setup,
him.
right? Was that they were gonna do Avatar movie, Star Wars movie, Avatar movie, Star Wars movie.
But then there
This
were no
has to
Avatar
move back a
movies.
year. It might mess up Avatar, but also it's Avatar, so it'll probably get.
It won't come out
delayed
anyway,
again.
so it doesn't really matter.
Oh, yeah,
So
Avatar.
we'll see what happens.
No, not Last Airbender, you dumb.
Avatar.
Yeah, Max. They're gonna randomly make 5.
They're gonna start making
Last
Avatar: The Last Airbender stuff, even though they don't own that property.
Yeah.
That makes sense to me.
Moron.
Thinking that in your forehead.
Avatar, the blue people one. All right.
the worst one.
Transformers: Rise of the Beast has been delayed a whole year. It's been moved to June 9th, 2023. That is because of post-production stuff. It's a Transformers movie, so it's
everything's
70%
CGI.
animated,
Yeah.
and they just wrapped filming like a week ago. So they obviously weren't going to finish all that in 6 months. Makes sense. That's just for
I love
Yeah.
watching
They need
the
time.
I can't wait for the property that revived Transformers to revive Transformers again.
Bumblebee is good. It's an actually good movie.
It's a good. It's a
If they
very.
can just do more of that, then they'll be fine.
Too bad this movie will be a prequel about cavemen.
Luckily, Michael Bay. No, this is going to be in the 90s.
That-
It's set in the 90s
What's the difference?
because there's no cavemen in that.
That's no. There's still cavemen in the 90s.
I forget. Oh, it's Travis Knight, who was the guy who founded Leica, I think, the animation studio.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, but anyway,
Stop motion, Bumblebee. I see where those.
Yeah.
I see the connections.
doesn't.
Connections are forming.
Anyway, so yeah, it should be all right. And then also, Matt
Dude,
Shakman, director of WandaVision, all 9 episodes, He's working on his Star Trek movie. He's currently untitled Star Trek film, which moved from June 2023, that date the Transformers had.
Is this a new continuity?
We don't know yet. This could either be a whole other thing, or it could be a sequel to
How many movies were they on when they made
They
Star
did
Trek
3
Beyond?
Kelvin timeline ones.
What is that?
That's the reboot ones.
Okay.
With,
That
like, Chris
wasn't
Pine.
really hot.
Okay, so that they were on the third one. They made 3 of those.
They made 3 of those.
Okay, so this movie's either gonna be really bad or like fine.
Well, it'll either be the 4th one, and they'll bring the cast back,
Yeah, but it's
or
even
they'll
numbered.
just do something
But
else.
it's even numbered, so it'll be okay. But if it's the first one again, it'll be bad because it's odd numbered.
It's the other, oh wait.
The
Yeah,
odd
you're
numbered
right.
ones are
Yeah.
bad. Yeah,
If you put in Galaxy Quest.
yeah.
Yeah.
If you count Galaxy
No,
Quest.
no, it's all of them. If you go all the way up to Nemesis, then that applies.
Yeah.
And then when you jump to the Kelvin timeline, it's the opposite. 1 and 3 are the good ones, and 2's the bad one. But if you stick Galaxy Quest in between them,
Then it still works.
Then it works. So anyway, so it moved. It moved to December 22nd,
Mephisto's in
2023,
Star Trek.
which, if you remember
There's a red
from the last slide, was the old release date for Rogue Squadron. So if that did end up meeting its
Is
date,
Disney on Star Trek now?
no. That means you would have had a Star Trek movie and a Star Wars movie competing head to head on the exact same release date.
Gee, I wonder which one would have won that fight. I wonder which one would have won out on that
But
one.
obviously, Rogue Squadron will now have to move, so Star Trek
Yeah.
will get to breathe.
Star Trek will get to live another
will get to
day.
go,
Star Trek was
Squadron, or is it
It's just being postponed.
in a waiting period?
It's not.
Yeah.
Patty Jenkins has not been officially fired yet.
I think she'll make, because she was very passionate about it when they did the announcement.
Yeah. Sam, I think my phone's gonna die, so you're gonna have to just use.
Well, we can't do that. So wait, get a wireless charger. Don't unplug the microphone.
I gotta get up.
Max, you're gonna have to cover the next thing. You sit in the chair, Max.
Oh yeah, I'm the director.
What else is? Oh wait, no. Next is the reviews. Oh no.
Hang on. We got. I'll be back in a second.
I love how the audio is gonna be synced, so
I'll take this with
we're
me.
gonna hear whatever Tucker's adventures
You're
are
gonna
on the
hear-
podcast.
Welcome to Adventure Time with Tucker.
All right, so we're gonna keep talking, and hopefully Tucker doesn't talk too much, so that he talks over
I
us.
am Tucker now, and oh jeez, I'm already messing up.
You don't have a mic, Max. They can't hear you.
All right, so you can't hear me.
Welcome back.
Okay.
He's back. He's back, everyone. All right, move, Max.
He's gone
This
again.
mic is peaking a lot.
Yeah, don't talk too loud when you're using that mic. I've told you that so many times, and every
Woo!
time you peak the mic constantly for the
I talk
entire
very
episode.
loudly.
You know, Tucker, we're gonna give
So
you
just put your phone on there upside down and then plug it into your
Yeah,
computer.
I'm not a moron. I know what I'm doing.
We should probably just cut this out.
No, I'm not.
Sam doesn't
Everything
edit
stays
these.
in, Max.
We don't edit.
I literally don't have time to
Oh,
edit
hey, look,
these.
it's raining super hard.
Can't wait to drive home in that.
All right.
All right.
Also, take
Now it's time for the reviews, and this is gonna be a long friggin'
We're
segment.
only 2 hours in.
Guys, I think I might just go to sleep for this.
No,
Patrick.
Patrick, you gotta
No, we
stay.
have some. Okay. How about,
Patrick, play Snake on your MacBook.
how about we go to tech and rumor time and we'll come back?
Yeah, let's do that. Let's do that. Because tech time, we actually have some crazy tech time. Because I don't think Patrick, you weren't here the last couple weeks. You weren't here the last couple weeks, so we still got to talk about the M1 Max Max.
And also,
I'm in it twice, Patrick.
before we get to that,
Holy crap!
it's storming loud.
It is very stormy
Do
here.
you want that shook the house?
That literally shook the whole studio.
Do you want to go
No, it's fine.
close that
Do you want to
window?
close the
No, leave it, leave it, leave it. We gotta give the viewers the experience. They want to feel like they're with us. They want to. The whole point of this podcast is to make it feel like you're
Don't
talking
open the
with your
window.
boys. And we have viewers now, so we
Sam.
actually have to pretend like we're
Sam,
talking with the
bolt of lightning
boys.
struck your car and it's not destroyed.
If that happened, the whole front
The
yard
show
would be on
must go
fire.
on.
But show must go on.
No, one of our viewers literally watched 5 episodes of this podcast in one day.
I feel bad for
I don't know. Well, she edits for other
Oh, is
YouTubers.
that
Yeah.
Nar?
Nar. Yeah.
Shout out to you.
Shout out to you.
Anyway,
Next
YouTube
up, Nar.
Next step,
is
Nar.
removing visible
Yeah,
dislikes.
this makes me so mad.
Okay, you're gonna peek in my microphone.
John-
What the heck? Why? This is
Okay.
so stupid.
So-
and then YouTube said in their little tweet, we're trying to be cute about it. We're trying to protect the creators. They can still see the freaking number on the studio app. So what's the point?
Okay.
Also, it's
YouTube
like
is
the reason
removing
for the
visible
dislike
dislike count from the video. So if you go to a YouTube video and you see there's the like and the dislike, it's got the number of likes and then the number of dislikes. It will show the number of likes the video gets, but it will not show the number of dislikes. You can still click the dislike button, but you won't be able to see how many dislikes a video has. They're saying it's to make
What's the point of the dislike
YouTubers, specifically small YouTubers, not to feel sad.
Even though they can still see the
They
numbers.
don't want to hurt their
Everyone should be
feelings
happy all
by
the
having
time.
their videos be dislike bombed. The YouTubers who made the video.
Can you still see the little bar on the bottom that shows
No.
the ratio?
No,
They're taking that off too.
taking that off too.
What?
And they're also
I love to see the ratio when videos got like
so they
million dislikes.
So
on
YouTube
one
was
like-
having problems where
No,
studios and movie companies were releasing their trailers, and when they release a trailer for a movie that everyone knows is going to be bad, it gets dislike bombed. And the studios and the movie companies didn't like that. So they went, hey,
That's bad
YouTube,
PR.
can you fix this? We're having problems with our PR.
And then they went, we can just blame this on creators being sad.
And then YouTube went, you know what? We're having the same problem with our brand-friendly creators that keep turning out to be pedophiles. We need to protect them too. Let's just remove the dislike button.
Yep. And
We need to
also,
society.
this comes only mere years after the most disliked video in YouTube history was one that they made themselves.
Yes.
Also, not to get political, but certain videos coming from the certain presidential administration of the United States of
Also
America
seem to be having an
have been
issue.
receiving very large dislike counts,
Well,
and
it's
they
like-
may or may not be related to this incident. Although, as far as YouTube is concerned with this video, they are not related at all.
Yes, totally unrelated.
Joe Biden was seeing those counts, and he was very sad.
It was making him a little
He
upset.
totally knows how to use YouTube.
He's been on YouTube before.
totally
He knows how to use a website.
He does know what the internet
He's
is.
got internet.
Doesn't have dementia.
No, and also, in opposite news, Twitter is experimenting with a dislike button, which I'm a huge fan of. I think more social media platforms need to bring the dislike button
You know
back.
why? Because people need to know when people hate. What
People
they do.
need to know when they're wrong.
Oh, but
We need to
call
let
society.
everyone know when they're wrong. I'm tired
And
of
you know
people
what?
not knowing when they're
If
wrong.
people get bullied off the internet,
They'll stop.
then they'll stop. And I know the thing will be it's because all of the racist trolls from the Ghostbusters trailer. They're back, right?
Sure.
No, it's not. Most of the time.
Is that a thing? Was that a controversy?
No, remember when the 2016 Ghostbusters movie came out, right?
Oh, you meant sexist.
Oh, there was both. According to Sony, there was both.
Oh,
It's not
okay.
a PR scam.
Even though they were all white?
Shut up.
Well, except for
Except for one.
one?
It's-
Yeah.
It was not a PR scam by Sony, right? It was not bots.
No.
They would never do that.
They
They're
would
Sony.
never do that. They're Sony. They wouldn't stoop that low.
Sony,
They
just
wouldn't
to be clear, we're best friends.
they wouldn't kill Bill Murray and
Hire us. We found
their
an album in the
spin-off
chipmunks
movie.
idea.
They would never do that.
Anyway.
No.
So,
Oh my! I just got the dumbest ad. I don't know if you can see.
Let's
it.
take a break to watch this ad.
We can't read it.
They're not going to be able to see that, Patrick.
Can you see? It says a modern means to the Japanese lore of blowing Zen, and it's like a whistle.
Oh.
It helps calm.
It's not an ad for weed? It sounds like an ad for weed.
My brain and makes me focus.
so it's
It's
weed.
literally a whistle.
Patrick, I think that's just an Instagram scam. Are you on Instagram right now?
It's a whistle.
Yeah, he's on
Yeah,
Instagram.
I'm on Instagram.
Yep, all right, that makes sense. That checks out. Next,
The point
anyway.
is that McDonCast now has no visible dislike count, so you hit that dislike button.
Have we ever gotten
I
dislikes?
think we have two.
I think we have 2, yeah.
Hit that dislike
Hit
button.
that dis-
Hit that dislike button in protest of YouTube's rules.
Smash that dislike
From
button.
now on, dislikes are likes.
You know what?
Stab
The dumbest
that
part
dislike
is,
button.
is that all that YouTube cares about is engagement. The like and the dislike counted the same.
Yep.
So if you still hit that dislike button,
That's
it'll still help
for us.
out.
It's literally the same. And now that we've asked you to do it, we won't take offense to the dislikes.
That's right.
All right. Anyway,
Subscribe and smash
And we're
that
assuming all of
dislike
those
button.
of you who legitimately dislike this will now be shouted by the people who did that. 'cause
well,
we
you'll
told
just
them to.
comment about it like you always do. Alrighty.
Comment what you hate about us below.
But give us your top 3 most hated things about us in the comments. All right.
Tell me my insecurities.
Alrighty. What's next?
I didn't write anything else after.
Right. We got
We
the
usually
MacBooks.
handle
The MacBooks.
I don't got anything on that.
Patrick, you want to talk about the MacBooks? I bet you feel.
Can I pull them up
I
for
bet you feel a little goofy for buying a MacBook
What should I look
a
up?
year ago. Just look up M1 Max.
M1 Max. Max?
Yep, there you go. You got it.
What?
Yeah. Okay.
M1
How did Apple? How did Apple whiff?
It's M1 Max, not M1 Max.
There's the M1.
How did they
Max.
whiff that hard with the branding? Like, okay, Apple by far does the most R&D of like any, like, I think they actually do more R&D than like the military does, which is insane. How do they do that much R&D and not realize that M1 Max Max is the stupidest possible name they could have come up with?
I don't know, Sam. We live in
I
a world.
Well, because to Apple, Max is more pro than pro.
That's true.
That makes sense to me. That's the words that are in my brain and make sense.
Would you have called it like M1 Pro Plus?
No, why not just call it something else? Like,
Just give it a number.
yeah, why not just call it M2?
They should have called it M1 Plaid.
No, it should have been M2 and M2 Pro.
No, but that's what's going in they're doing M2 in the next Mac.
Okay, so call that one M3.
No, but then you've confused your branding.
No, I made the branding way easier to understand.
No, but then it doesn't sound pro enough.
It sounds more pro than
One
Max.
says Pro in the name and one says Max. Is the Max better than the Pro? 'Cause
Exactly.
the Pro says Pro.
See, Patrick, this is our perfect example. We have Tucker here, your average consumer who knows nothing about computer electronics. Tucker, which one's better, the M1 Pro or the M1 Max?
The Max is purple.
Thanks. Thank you, Tucker.
I would assume the Pro is for pro gamers like myself.
What about M1 Pro and then M1 Pro GPU? Because one or like graphics or something.
What's a GPU?
Yeah, look, now you've confused the poor consumer. You didn't give it a fun name, Patrick. You have to call it a high performance core.
Oh,
Now he knows.
Performs.
Now he knows it performs high.
Right here,
I can use it to stream my
we're
YouTube
here to talk
videos.
about how powerful they are. They're very fast.
Patrick, all I do with my computer is go to YouTube.
No, but
and
in all
Google Docs.
honesty, these are the best laptops ever made
Okay,
so
well,
far. Like in the history of laptops that have been made.
There's the M1 Pro and the M1 Max, and the Pro is basically an M1, but it's got 10 CPU cores and then more GPU cores. I forget how many. And then the Max has double the GPU cores of the.
This is the most. Is it the most powerful laptop right now?
Apple says it's the most
I think
powerful
there's-
chips they've ever built.
Yeah, well, of course they say that. Well, I think there's a laptop that's more powerful, but it's also like this chunk.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not counting like the ones that just have desktop processors
The
in.
most powerful thin and light ever.
These are the most powerful like mobile chips ever made.
Right.
Or I think I can confidently say that.
They're the most powerful system on a chip. Easily.
Okay, but
Because
Apple's the only one making those, so that doesn't really count.
right, but they are. They're the most power efficient chips ever made.
Well, that's the thing is they're actually like they're not very efficient relative to the M1. Did you watch?
Well, that's because the M1 used like 0 power. This uses like a lot more.
Did you watch the MAC address guy's video?
But you've got to understand these chips are replacing laptops that had dedicated GPUs. So as far as the power draw.
But Patrick, my laptop has a dedicated GPU and it gets the same battery life.
Wait, how much is?
What's
are
a
these
GPU?
GPU is a graphics processing unit. That's what makes games work.
Yeah, stupid consumer.
But I don't game
boy.
on my Mac. I look at
It's what makes
taxes.
rendering like animation work.
Yeah. So like Patrick, my computer has a dedicated GPU and it gets sometimes like 10 hours of battery life if I do it right.
They say they get 20 hours of video.
Wait, hang on. How much is this going to cost me?
It costs $2,000 for the 14-inch.
Yeah, this is $600 less than that.
Okay.
And it's way better.
But
No,
if
it's like the same.
But if it's expensive, that means it's better, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, then I'll buy this.
Yeah.
Okay.
You want to
These
give
are
Apple your
genuinely
money.
better.
I
Apple
love
good.
Apple.
Apple good.
But yeah, I mean, these
Apple makes my
I
cell
can't
phone.
say. I mean, I can say these are the most powerful. I mean, I said they were the best earlier, but really, you can't game on it,
Same.
so it's not the best.
Okay. But then look at the laptops they're put inside of. They've got a mini LED display that has
Yeah, the display's really
the
good.
same amount of dimming zones basically as the iPads, but whatever the diffusion is a lot better, so you don't have the
Halo issue.
haloing problem as bad. The only bad thing's notch, but really the display's just getting taller, so you're not really losing anything.
Yeah.
Anymore. You've got the keyboard that's in the Blackwell with full-size function room.
Well, I wonder if now that these exist, I wonder if game developers aren't going to start developing more for this platform now that it is more capable.
Maybe.
That's what I would hope.
I think Windows has kind of been the gaming platform now.
Definitely. If game developers
That one
start
has
taking
Xbox.
Apple seriously, my next laptop could very well be a MacBook.
We know what.
But until that happens,
Right.
I can't, I'm not going to do that.
So
My son's
they
always
added
on the
MagSafe
Xbox.
back.
Yeah, MagSafe, we like that.
Call of
They should never have taken that
Got
off.
an
Call of Wars
HDMI
is my
port
son's
and
like
a
Call of
card
War.
reader.
Yeah, all good things.
So we,
I remember back in
Yeah,
my day, I played Mario
it looks.
and.
Oh, I love Super Mario Bros.
Oh, did you see that the guy from Mac Address didn't like that they added the ports back?
Oh my Nintendos.
What?
The guy from Mac Address didn't like that they added the ports back. He said in his video that he did, but on the WAN show, Linus and the guy that he does the show with were talking about how in the office he was complaining about how they added the ports back because everyone should be using USB-C by now.
There's a
But
big
they didn't
under-
add USB 2 ports back. There's still no USB.
No, they're still there. He was mad that the whole industry hasn't changed to what Apple wanted yet. And he's mad that Apple is bending back.
Sam, Apple doesn't pay him.
HDMI is just really convenient.
Yeah, because
If you need to hook up to a TV or something, go
just
to your
anything, any display.
all of those still use HDMI.
Yeah.
And people record audio to SD cards, people take pictures to SD cards, people take video to SD cards. It's
Apple
just
told me good.
convenient.
Apple told me make better.
But Apple told me that it shouldn't be like that, Patrick. Apple told me different.
I think Apple just realized all the areas they were.
Yeah, I that's the thing I like about these MacBooks is Apple realized they were wrong and they fixed it. They fixed the keyboard,
On a roll
they fixed the touch bar, they fixed the
their
display.
things are just getting better. They're taking customer feedback.
Yeah, they're listening to their customers for the first time
We
ever.
have one other piece of kind of techie kind of game.
Oh, what's our tech game
The
news?
Steam Deck has been delayed.
Oh, why?
Oh, great.
That's actually like
Oh,
not good.
Did we talk about how the
It's
PS5
going to come out
lowered-
next month. It's not coming out in February.
Oh,
Did we
that's
talk about how
not
the
good.
PS5 cut the heatsink in half?
No, we never talked about that, but that doesn't really matter. Austin Evans tested it like extensively. It literally didn't affect performance in any way.
Oh, that's good.
So anyway,
We're done with Mac time.
yeah, we're done with tech time. Do we want to do the
I'd
reviews
like to
now?
point out that HBO Max is a streaming service. It also uses purple and white color schemes. Such small
That
difference.
is true.
Does it have HBO Max on it?
It
Is that what the
actually does.
GPU
Patrick, is
does?
there a HBO Max app for MacBooks?
Maybe.
So wait, you could watch HBO Max on your M1 Max Mac.
Watch it in a browser.
You could watch Max on the Max Max.
Wait, you can watch Mac.
You could have a Max
Max.
Max Max party.
No.
Can I
you
watch
can
it on my Xbox Series S?
Is there a show with the word Max in the name on HBO Max? Is Mad Max on HBO Max?
Wait, can I watch
could
Mad
watch-
Max on
you could
HBO
watch
Max on
Mad
my
Max.
Max?
Yeah, it is because it's in Space Jam. So you could watch Mad Max on your Max Max.
That's what I was looking for.
Mad Max on
I'm
Max on Max.
I can't wait to watch Mad Max on my Max Max.
Overpowered.
Sam, that's too many words. I'm confused. now.
Okay, Mad
Wait,
Max
Sam, does
on
that mean
HBO
does-
Max.
I'm the general consumer. I only understood one
on
of
your
those words.
Mac that has an M1 Max.
Right.
So you're watching Mad Max
I've heard of that movie.
on Max
Okay.
on a Mac with an M1 Max.
Hey guys, did you know
And
that
Mad
my
Max
favorite
is not a
show?
Marvel movie.
No.
Wait,
Okay.
did my favorite show is Stranger Things and Rick and Morty. I'm getting confused, guys.
Does it have TikTok?
This
Alright.
GPU.
Well, let's move on to rumor time.
Alrighty.
Okay, rumors.
No, let's do the reviews. Rumors last.
No,
Rumors always
we
last.
We do rumors so
We
Patrick can
always
go to
do
bed.
rumors last.
Okay.
No, I'm just gonna go to bed now because I'm tired.
No, rumor
right.
time.
Okay, fine. Rumor time and then.
Taika Waititi to direct the Tower of Terror movie.
Great. Cool. Next.
Being produced by Scarlett Johansson.
Awesome.
Who cares?
I think she's gonna drop it.
Probably false.
Yeah.
He's doing like 5 other things.
And Scarlett Johansson's probably not gonna work with Disney
Oh, no,
anymore.
she's back.
Disney and Scarlett.
Never mind
They're
then.
friends again.
Oh, cool. Okay. Anyway, next.
Darth Maul animated series, focusing on
We
his
do need to bridge
Rise
the
of
gap.
Criminal Empire development for Disney Plus.
Okay,
Paul
not-
Bettany would return to voice Dryden Voss.
Not that part of the gap, but whatever, that's fine. What we really need is the gap between Clone Wars and Rebels. That's the part that's missing.
that.
But anyway,
Well, that's what it would explore.
Donkey Kong. This makes sense.
Donkey Kong spin-off animated solo film.
Okay, but why do they look the same though?
Seth Rogen.
Why do they look the same? They have the same eyes and the same mouth and the same hair.
Seth Rogen.
Why do they look the same? Anyway, okay, MODOK.
So Patton Oswalt did that MODOK show, if you remember.
And it exists.
There is now rumors that he will be playing him in live action in some MCU project.
I cannot wait
To
till
be
his
determined.
Great.
face
My
is like
guess
stretched out
Is
on a big
if
chair.
this has happened.
He's an Ant-Man villain.
No, it's Thunderbolts. You
Maybe.
do AIM and you do him.
Yeah, you could do that.
Or you could do him in Armor Wars.
He gives me Ant-Man vibes,
I think it would be Ant-Man, but we already know Kang is going to
Yeah.
be the villain in that.
which doesn't make sense, but
But
whatever.
I think if anything, it's probably going to be either Thunderbolts or Armor Wars.
Yeah, alrighty, cool. Patton Oswalt, he's a guy. He was in Parks and Rec.
All right,
for
Patrick,
season-
you can go to bed now.
No, that's the other guy.
Oh.
Good night.
Good night,
Everybody Say
Patrick.
goodbye to Patrick.
Say bye to Patrick,
Wave at
everyone.
your phone.
Put in the comments, bye Patrick, when you get to this part of the video. Then I'll know what you're talking about,
Patrick will
probably.
be back in person for one episode here in the next few weeks.
Oh, wait, is that true? Wait, Patrick, when do you come back? What day do you come back?
Thanksgiving.
On Thanksgiving Day?
Good night.
Okay, yeah. So Patrick will be back for an episode in a couple
Look
weeks.
forward to it. We're going to talk about Encanto, I guess.
Probably. Does that come out then?
Yeah.
Yay. Cool.
Bye, Patrick. Oh, and Hawkeye. We're going to talk about
Oh,
Hawkeye.
Hawkeye
too.
we can talk about. That's a fun thing.
Okay, see ya.
All right, bye Patrick.
Go do your laundry. Oh,
I can't
no,
wait
no,
for-
my face. Move.
I can't wait for the Colombian Music X-Men. That's gonna be my favorite movie. No, aren't they in Colombia? Right?
Who cares?
I thought they were Colombia. Anyway,
Hispanic.
It's Linda and Will Miranda. He's doing
can't wait for Lin-Manuel Miranda's X-Men.
Coco too.
All right. let's
Eternals.
talk about the big-
Wait, we gotta put the poster I made on here.
whoa, wait.
Is there any way you can get that on here?
No, probably not.
Okay, well, we'll skip it then.
No, we'll just tell him what it is.
Okay, so I don't know if you guys saw this, but the Wall Street Journal made a news article.
Was it Wall Street
It was the
Journal?
Wall Street Journal.
Yeah, it
The
was.
Wall Street Journal made a news article titled "The Eternals Bring Something New to the MCU: Sex." And so, if you're familiar with the way that movies make their posters with the like reviews on them, they will literally
quotes, yeah.
they will pull one single word from the article
context.
totally out of context, and then put like a star rating under it to make it look like they thought it was amazing. Like they'll go Wall Street Journal, excellent, 5 stars,
They
just
do-
sort of randomly.
You'll see it with like
You see it all the time. You've seen it.
You'll see it with like a no-name animated movie, and it'll say
Yeah.
like best animated film of the year, Wall Street Journal. In reality, it's like
It was like, this is not the best
they were,
animated
no,
film
they
of
were
the year.
talking about a different movie in the review. And
Yeah.
they were like best animated
Can
movie.
you send it to yourself on Discord?
Anyways, so I took this poster.
not.
I took this poster. I edited the text off of the. Where I got a version of this poster that doesn't have the cast on it, and I just put "sex" in quotes. Wall Street Journal 5 stars, and it's the best Eternals poster there is. Anyways, the very funny joke. Thanks,
Anyway,
Sam. Thank
it's
you, Sam,
much
for that funny
funnier
joke.
and enjoyable than this movie.
Booba.
Yeah.
All right, before we get into spoilers, which we'll try not to get into.
So let's just spoil it. Who cares?
No,
Nothing
okay.
important happens in this movie.
Okay, but before we get into spoilers, Sam, overall, what are your thoughts on Eternals?
It is. That's it. That's the
Max,
review.
what did you think of Eternals, the movie?
I agree with Sam.
Okay,
My favorite part.
I thought this was legitimately bad.
It was
I
not
thought this
good.
was a bad movie.
I feel like it had potential, but it whiffed it every major
It
opportunity.
has major problems with its pacing, its general story structure,
Is just totally
its acting,
dumb.
its casting, its direction, its visual effects
Well, the visual effects were okay
in parts.
most of the time, except for the spaghetti
Its
man.
plot is dumb. It has multiple scenes where characters will stop in place.
And just stand.
No,
Shared
and just
camera.
get 5-minute exposition dumps to tell the audience what the plot of the movie
In a
is.
3-hour movie where you could have just shown us that.
Yeah.
And it would have helped with the pacing issues
So,
tremendously.
one, this cast is too big. It's way too big.
Way too big.
Could have combined 2 or 3 characters in this movie.
Would have made way more sense.
Oh, and this is kind of a spoiler, but it's not. It's not like a big plot thing.
Yeah.
But Sam, if you remember, after this movie, I said I'm pretty sure Kumail Nanjiani left for the entire third act, and you were like, no, he was there. He was just shooting lasers. Turns out I was right. He was gone for the entire third act, and me and you didn't notice.
Yep. I thought he was just around shooting the guys.
No, he was just gone.
No, he shot
Nope.
he shot fake Homelander.
He was gone.
No, because remember the fast girl was like moving him out of the way.
Yeah, no, that was
That was the beginning of the third act.
Fastos. We're not fast.
No, he wasn't shooting lasers. He was throwing bombs at him. There was the guy. They were both attacking him.
No, he wasn't there.
No, he just randomly
I
disappeared.
looked this up afterward. He wasn't.
No, listen,
there.
listen. They were initially when the fight started. They were both attacking him. Then they cut to the girl trying to do the alchemy from Full Metal Alchemist, and then it cuts back to them, and the Indian guy is gone, and now it is just the dude
Yep.
throwing the
And
robot
according
parts
to
at
the
it.
internet, he's just gone for the entire finale of the movie.
Okay, well, yeah, okay.
Okay. Anyway.
Oh yeah. Isn't he knocks one of them out like when they're in the spaceship, right?
I think
Something.
for like a second, but they get back up.
Yeah, I don't remember. Whatever.
Anyway.
It's not important. Maybe he was driving the.
All right. Anyway, so
He was driving the spaceship and it crashed like
Sure.
immediately. That's where he was.
Sure.
Yeah.
he was fighting crime in another city.
He was fighting crime in another city. Of course. Yeah.
Anyway.
You know, there's other.
All right. So real quick.
Yeah. There's other
Um,
planets to protect.
So Kit Harington, cut him from the movie. He's in 2 scenes. Doesn't need to be there.
Who?
Why is he there?
He was the Game of
Remember
Thrones guy,
Dane?
right?
Remember Dane from the opening and the very end?
Yeah, the Game of Thrones guy.
Yeah, he was not need to be there.
The
Cut him
Dark
out.
Knight, not to be confused with
Cut him out of
Batman.
the movie. Don Lee and what's his name? Brian Tyree Henry's character. Mix them. They didn't need to be 2 different
Who
people.
was those?
That was
dudes?
the builder guy, and then the guy who just had like big punchy hands.
Yeah, they could have been one character.
Combine them. Salma Hayek, Angelina Jolie, one character.
Yeah.
Combine them. Doesn't need to be there. Kumail Nanjiani, fine.
He was good. He was probably my favorite character.
Probably because he was dealing with the personality.
Yeah, he was the only one who was a
One of the
character.
biggest problems with this movie, on a pile of many, every single actor in this movie is just a block of wood.
Yeah.
No one is emoting. No one is showing any care for anything that's happening.
Immortal characters are impossible for mortal people to write. Because, okay, think about it. How much change does a single person go through over the course of their entire lifetime?
A lot.
Now, stretch that over 7,000 years. How on earth do you write that? You can't.
Yeah.
So every time you try, they either end up being just stereotypes of themselves, where they're just basically cartoon characters, or they end up being static chunks of wood. They all end up either being Hayden Christensen, or they all end up being Jim Carrey, and there's no in between. You end up either one or the other.
And the problem
Here's
is
my impression of how
that they're all Hayden Christensen.
Yeah.
Here's my impression of Icarus. Hi, I'm Icarus, and I'm strong, and I used to like this girl.
Kamal Nanjiani was good. The Cersei was her name Cersei? Cersei was good.
Okay.
I hate
That's
Sprite.
it.
First
Punch
off,
Sprite in the face multiple times.
Sprite didn't
So-
make any sense.
you're probably vaguely aware of the plot if you haven't seen this, right?
Yeah.
They're
If you've seen the trailer, you're good. Don't watch the movie.
they've been around for a million years or whatever. Right? They've
Yeah.
been around forever on Earth. They've
Since
just been-
humans were
they've just
things.
been- this movie opens in well, it doesn't open. It kind of starts.
It begins-
in modern time, right?
No. It starts and they're all on the spaceship and they're getting the mission.
The plot of the movie begins in modern time.
Yeah, they're in
that's
like
like our first
London,
real
I
scene.
think.
Yeah.
And they're in like a
And
bar.
Cersei's like working at a museum or whatever.
She's Wonder Woman.
Yeah. And she's using the name Cersei.
Still,
She's used the same name.
for thousands of years.
And not only
No
is
one's
it not a
noticed.
name anyone has,
No one's noticed.
she hasn't changed it. And
No.
no one has noticed.
No one cares. She straight up uses her powers in a classroom full of children, and not a single one had their iPhone out to record it. In 2021.
Also, has this problem never
Which, by the way, the movie was sponsored by Apple. They make you very, very, very sure that that is a thing, because Cersei is literally on her phone for 90% of the movie. I think she's on her phone more than she's talking to the other characters.
Okay, has anyone she's ever dated not...
And they make a plot point out of it.
Yeah, they're like, hey, get off your phone all the time.
They do that constantly.
Has anyone she's
And she's
dated
like,
not
no.
wondered, like, oh, who is this person's parents? Because I've never seen them. She's never mentioned them. She doesn't have any pictures of them at all.
She hangs around with this like 15-year-old who doesn't look to be related to them at all.
Yeah, is that like her adopted kid? Who's
She's
that?
there, and they look completely different.
Her boyfriend's a wizard or
Not
something?
weird at all.
She's lived in this town for 10 years, and this girl hasn't aged at all, like a day.
Like, it all.
Like at all. Okay.
Anyway.
So the
Oh, where'd you go to school?
Celestials made all these guys, right?
Yeah.
Why are they so bad at making the turtles? All right.
Why?
One of them
So
is like
dumb.
internally 14. Why?
Just because.
One of them is substantially more powerful than all of the other ones for no reason.
Just because.
Some of them have abilities that are practically useless when the other ones are around.
And some of them have redundant powers.
Yeah.
Like the punching guy,
Icarus has
he just punches.
I guess he's good at cooking.
That's it.
I guess he's good at cooking, but
And
they don't
he
need to
makes a
eat.
pie. He makes pie and he punches.
But they don't need to eat, so they don't even need pie.
Yeah. And then there's the guy
They have one who can just stab things with the big magic weapons.
No,
but why would you do
there's
that
a
with
guy who can
lasers?
build any weapon,
Yeah.
including atomic bombs. That's canon. And then a girl who just can make good swords
Yeah.
out of lasers.
So
Why would you need her?
So just so
you don't need her.
They never really define what anyone's
Also,
powers are. They just
Sprite's
kind of
powers?
use things.
You can figure it out.
You
I mean,
can
it's pretty
figure it out.
obvious.
But
Sprite has shadow clones.
she has illusion casting.
The Cersei has alchemy from Full Metal Alchemist.
AKA battering ultra abilities.
Yeah, but like a really powerful version of it.
Superman's Superman. Icarus is Superman.
Icarus is just Superman. Really? Okay, Icarus is just Homelander. Yeah. What's it? Not Atlas. The main one. Ajax, which is a dude name. Why give her
There's a dude in the comics
give her a
named
different? Then change the name. But Ajax
It's
has
just Ajax.
just heals people.
Yeah, just heals people.
Just
Can't
heals
even
them.
heal
That's
himself.
it.
Can't heal himself.
No, she can heal herself.
Oh, then she's an idiot.
Yeah, she's just really stupid. Been alive for 7,000, longer than several billion years. Absolutely brain dead. Who else? The punchy guy punches. The fast girl is fast and deaf.
Oh, and there's the guy who does mind power.
Oh,
Yeah, and then there's the mind
Druid.
control. Droog. Not Druid.
Oh.
Droog with a G.
No, I think it's Druid.
No, it's Droog.
He's
I think
drug?
It's Droog. Yeah, it's Droog. Droog.
Anyway.
Droog.
So, just to be clear, we're still on this whole team idea. They have one guy whose power is he can punch things really good. They have a different guy whose power is to shoot lasers.
Oh, we forgot shoot lasers guy.
No. And we have another character whose power is flight, punching really hard and shooting lasers.
Lasers that we'll mention are way better than the other guys'
Why
lasers.
do you need these two guys?
You don't need them.
At all.
Just take them
They're
out of the
practically
movie.
useless.
Also, why do all their lasers suck? They like never really cut anything, or like
They only use them on the monsters, and
Yeah.
even then they're like barely
Which
useful.
brings
they
us
just
to the plot.
To the villain, let's talk about the villain.
So the plot. Now we'll get into spoilers.
Spoiler
this movie's like
time.
Napoleon
Before
Dynamite,
okay,
where
I think
everything
it's
is
pretty
just a
clear.
mix
None of
of
us would recommend you
garbage.
see this. One,
I recommend you see it because people need to know that Marvel isn't perfect.
it's not good,
Honestly, it's just
and
cool to see
two,
the
it's not
Eternals.
important.
Yeah,
Nothing. It doesn't. Set up,
well,
it doesn't set up anything that it will be followed up in anything that is not a sequel to itself.
yeah.
It's cool to like see the Celestials.
Except for
and
maybe
stuff.
one thing, but you'll
The
be able to
Celestials
pick
might
up.
appear in other stuff we'll see.
But
That's,
they don't really explain who they are, so it doesn't really matter. All right. So the plot of the movie is that the Eternals were hanging around humanity for billions of years, right?
Mhm.
From like the dawn of time.
since the dawn of man,
Since like caveman times.
they've been protecting
They've
man.
been protecting them from the evil deviants, who are big CGI gray monster dogs, except for one of them
Ooh,
at the end.
we'll get to.
For no reason.
We'll get to.
And they kill all of them, but then they kind of get angry at each other because Angelina Jolie is having mental problems,
And then the team breaks
and
up.
then the team breaks up, and they don't see each other for like 4 billion years, except for some of them do, but not. They never all reunite
Yeah.
at the same time. And then randomly after the snap from Endgame,
Yeah.
do you remember Endgame?
By the way, that quote where they said that the snap reawakened the deviants, that's not in the movie. That's not in the movie
No.
at all.
In the movie, I guess some were just in the ice. And, like,
They were just frozen in
Alaska,
the yeah.
They got melted and they came out.
Yeah.
Which actually makes more sense than
And,
that.
No, it doesn't. It doesn't make sense.
conveniently-
No, because the snap didn't bring anyone back that wasn't turned
No,
into
the original excuse was the energy surge from the snap brought them back.
Yeah, that makes way more sense.
Yeah.
And so the explanation for why the Eternals didn't interfere with any of the past movies in
It's
that
because Ajax told
was
them
because
not
they
to.
told them not to unless deviants were involved.
Yeah.
Except for they just do.
Like all the
They
time.
do all of the time. They're interfering in events,
Yeah.
and they're like, hey, I know we like did Hiroshima, but should we maybe stop the purple spaceman from killing half of the universe?
Which would definitely, by the way,
Involve
interfere.
the
Well, no, it wouldn't involve the deviants, but it would definitely mess with the emergence that they were trying.
Yeah.
The whole point of the Eternals is that they go to planets to increase the population so that a new Eternal
Which
can
is not
absorb
made
the
up.
energy and be
Well,
born,
the thing
which
is
is
that-
totally made up, by the way. Not at all. There's an example of the comics. We're comparing it to the comics because the comics did it better. That's an example of that.
They didn't know the emergence was a thing, though.
Except two of them did.
Except for one of them would have been like, I'm not going to tell you why you're doing this, but you should probably go do it.
If they had just told them that was their mission, like from the beginning, they would have
would've
probably
been on
just
board
done
with
it.
it.
They would have
Yeah.
probably just done the mission.
Two of them were already on board with it.
If they just explained it before they got there.
Maybe don't tell them the week of, and they won't be like, hey, what?
Wait a minute, we're killing everyone? Why?
You send them to the planet, and you go, hey, we need to kill everyone on this planet. And
Also,
they're going, all right.
they don't need to kill everyone on the planet. That's just a result of the guy physically coming out of the planet.
Yeah.
They could just like not
And they-
do that.
Should we just like turn the surrounding
So
area
the
into
Celestials
water
in the
like
planet
it's a-
only grow if there's a bunch of intelligent life on the planet.
Yeah.
They said. And for some reason, the Celestials are just cool of wiping out half of intelligent life on every planet,
Just because.
which would totally stifle the birth of all Celestials in the entire universe.
Oh, shoot.
Also, the Eternals didn't interfere at all with
Okay.
Ego's plan. Let's not even gonna mention
Didn't
that.
care about that.
That didn't matter.
Yep, doesn't matter.
They knew it was there, probably. They probably knew that was there.
Who cares? And then the entire first two acts of the movie is we got to put the crew together.
2 hours they spent putting the
2
crew
hours
together
they spent putting the team together.
Literally,
and doing
Ryan
exposition.
Tyree Henry's character, who I forget was he Fastos?
Festos, was he the builder guy?
He's the builder guy. The first LGBT.
Yeah, he was
superhero.
in the movie.
Oh.
He kisses a dude. But achievement, filmmaking.
Well, I mean that's fine. But I also
Cares.
okay.
It's just
Yeah.
people make such
It's also kind of weird he was the only one that ended up in a relationship.
Yeah.
Well, no, Gemma Chan was in one with Bane.
Yeah, but not really. They just sort of kissed once. That was it.
Also, I think they allude to him knowing about the plan. Before
The
they...
sword guy?
No, Festus. I think they say that he knew that Ajax was doing, that they were there for bad things.
No, he didn't say that. That was not a thing. He did not know about
He
that.
says something like, "Right, you're coming to get me. I knew we were here for bad reasons the whole time. I just care about my son."
No, I think he was just mad that he had to do stuff again.
Remember that part in the movie where they go, remember the fall collection from
IKEA thing? That was the
joke?
only joke in the movie.
That's the only, well...
Ha, ha, ha.
And then everyone in the
I know
movie
what I
laughed
know what
before
it
that joke was told because
Before
they
the punchline
already knew
came?
it was gonna
They
happen.
showed it in the trailer 40 million times.
Also,
everyone knew.
it's also the only joke in the movie, or at least the only good one.
Mm-hmm. Well, not even good.
All
It's the only-
The only-
joke.
yeah.
They have parts down there.
No, they can reproduce, but only with non-Eternals.
And the other twist is that they're also kind of robots.
Yeah.
Sort of.
They just
Sort
are
of.
robots.
They're also
like space
sentient.
robots.
Well, they're also sentient, and
They-
they also don't die.
The scientific 6 rules for life, they follow all of them except
That they're
with
robots.
each other.
Yes.
Because one of the rules,
can't
one of the
reproduce.
rules is that they have to be able to reproduce for it to be considered alive. They can, just with non-human species
They can?
or non-Eternals.
No, they can't.
Yeah, they can.
Then why did none of them reproduce?
They just didn't have time, I guess. I don't know. Who cares?
They just
Okay, I mean, we know why Sprite didn't reproduce.
Yeah,
She looks
sure.
like a child.
And at the end of the movie, they allow her to age.
Yeah.
So that when they make the sequel,
We know
she
why.
can be
We know why
older.
Punch Guy and Angelina Jolie didn't reproduce because they were maybe a
was
thing.
crazy?
Who knows?
I don't
Yeah.
know.
We know why.
There's like 7 romantic subplots.
Yeah, we know why Druig and Speed Girl didn't reproduce because they just didn't hang out with each
feel
other,
like it.
even though they were in a relationship, kinda. We know why Homelander didn't reproduce because he was off in space
Except for we don't.
doing
'cause
who
we see
knows
them-
what.
We see them have sex on camera.
Yeah. Well, but they can't
Kinda.
have kids with each other. Eternals
Why?
can't
I
reproduce
still
with other
don't get it.
Eternals.
Why?
That's just an arbitrary rule that they made up and didn't explain in the movie. I only know this
Okay.
because it was in like an IGN article. Because they were told by Disney to write the article. It was one of those like, here's 7 things you need to know before you watch Eternals.
That's Disney going, hey, we need.
Hey,
publicity,
exposition
please.
for us, please. And then Cersei could have reproduced, but she just found her first boyfriend after Homelander, like as the movie is starting. So again, we see that
Did you
is a
like
thing.
the part of the movie where Icarus is really sad and then flies into the sun and kills himself?
That was my.
I laughed out loud.
We
in the theater.
we weren't the only ones laughing.
No,
too.
I think everyone else in the theater was mad. They were like, "This is a dramatic moment."
Yeah, I think they were kind of mad at us for laughing.
Now that I
You know why?
myself, I must go
They're
kill myself.
stupid.
Because they fell for it.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what? Sure.
Great.
And
Good job, Disney. You got them.
No,
Weird
like
sex
seriously.
Yeah.
But the fist
The
guy.
whole movie is built around this romantic plot. which is
Kinda.
Cersei and Icarus.
Not really.
But that's like the whole metaphor.
Well, the exposition is about Cersei and Icarus, but the rest of the movie isn't.
resembling character is built on that. So
Well, no. Their relationship is literally irrelevant to the plot in its entirety. There's nothing about their relationship that affects the plot in any
and
way.
they have no chemistry at all.
Like, okay, name me one time where their relationship changed the outcome of the movie. Aside from at the very end where he just chooses not to kill her.
They had the extra minute where
Sam.
they did the do.
4 stars.
Their relationship didn't mean anything to the plot. She wasn't even in love with him because she was still with her boyfriend at the end of the movie.
Well, that's because he's dead now, because he flew into the sun because he was depressed.
Well, yeah, but she definitely wouldn't have got back to him after he revealed he was a genocidal maniac.
Alright,
Like
guys.
a billion
I'm
years.
head out.
Better.
Woo! Also, the fist
And now he
guy-
can't. They can't do a redemption arc for him now.
My
Also,
point is they have no chemistry, even
Yeah.
though you're supposed to care about them as not only as individual characters but also as a couple somewhat. Because you're supposed to
Sometimes.
be sad when he dies, but you aren't.
but really, it's just funny when he
Kinda
dies
sucks.
because he's
Because
the
entire
worst.
movie he's just. I don't
Oh,
like
spoiler!
Vegas.
Spoiler alert again. He also killed
Right.
Ajax. It wasn't one of the deviants.
Yeah, no, well,
He just fed her to the
he fed
deviants.
her to it, and she was just like,
No,
"Why
she
you
could've
be
just killed
doing
herself.
this?"
Also, how is she not able to kill a
Because she
deviant?
can't kill anything.
She's
got
been
healing
fighting
powers.
for who knows how
All she
long.
got is healing powers. She can't actually fight anything.
That's
But didn't she
stupid.
do that weird thing with Angelina Jolie where she like did the mind thing or whatever?
Yeah, she can erase brain.
No, she can't.
Yeah, remember?
She did something.
No, they go, "We can take you back to the ship and do that."
Only this person
Oh.
She heals her
herself
brain,
by
that's how she
explaining
fixes
the
it.
powers.
Yeah.
Also,
Dumb, bad movie.
The
I-
fist guy gets killed by a deviant later in the movie.
Oh yeah, let's talk about the villain. So there's a deviant. There's one deviant that has the power to absorb the
Oh.
powers of other
Quick
things.
note: deviants.
Oh,
don't need to be
also,
in the movie.
wholly unrelated to the plot.
Completely irrelevant.
Just a reason for them to exist.
No, they're there so that they have something to punch until the third act.
They also needed a lore reason for the Eternals to exist. That's it. There's one deviant who absorbs the powers of 2 other deviants, kinda, and then also absorbs the power of Ajax, and then later
of Ajax and
Punch Guy.
the Punch Man.
And then once he absorbs, but the more they absorb, the more they evolve. So
They
he
kill
absorbs
both of them.
Ajax, and he gets a little bit less monstery, and then he absorbs Punch Guy and gets a little bit. He turns into like a man,
Turns into like a full person.
like just a
You
man.
know the blue people
Voiced by
avatar?
Bill
Or is that-
Skarsgård.
Yeah, and then he's just like, I don't like you because you killed my species.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna leave now,
And
though.
then so
Bye.
while the
And then
final act
he
of the
just
movie-
walks away from the fight.
in the second act,
In the middle of the second act, he spawned, like, he becomes sentient.
and then just walks
He's
off.
he's in the middle of a fight when he becomes sentient, and he just decides he's like, yeah, I can't handle this
and
right
the
now.
final
He
act
just
of the
walks
movie-
out.
He killed 3 of the deviants, didn't he? When he was in the cave after they killed Apex?
No, he didn't.
No,
kill
he
him.
mutated
He
them
mutated them
into like other
dogs.
things.
No, but,
Yeah.
He shows up in the final act just to kind of
Again.
pull Athena out of the fight for a minute,
And then immediately dies.
and then immediately they
She
die,
literally just makes a sword and kills him
and then
instantly.
They didn't matter at all.
Wholly
You know
unrelated
why?
to the plot.
Because they wrote them into the storyline. So that's one, the Eternals would have an initial reason to get back together, and two, so that they could have something to punch until the
Yeah.
end when they punch Icarus. And so they were like, well, what do we do with them now? They're still in the movie. Oh,
Yeah,
Athena
Yeah,
just
kill him.
stabs them.
Just kill it.
Also, when Festus died, the people to the left of us were
Festus is the punch guy.
yeah, punched you.
No.
When he died, the people next
Festus
to us
is
were
the
like,
mechanic guy.
but okay, I mean,
Punch guy's the punch guy.
Punch guy dies.
What was his name?
I'm gonna look at the names.
Why wasn't it Hercules
It was
or Heracles?
Gilgamesh.
Oh.
As in like the epic of Gilgamesh.
Yeah, I'm aware.
Also, okay, hang on real quick.
I interrupted my story.
I don't like that. Not only are the Eternals, they allude to them being responsible for all of humanity's major
Like myths.
evolutions in technology.
Yeah.
Also, all of their myths, which takes away in the MCU almost all of humanity's agency.
Also, what is Thor then?
they say that he like.
Is that the only mythology that isn't based on them?
Because in canon, I guess it is.
Because that's so confusing.
'Cause
what?
Icarus, that's Greek, right?
Yeah,
Circe, also Greek. Gilgamesh, totally unrelated thing.
that's just pagan, just generally pagan, I
Athena,
believe.
also Greek.
Icarus, also
We already
Greek.
said
Oh,
that.
never mind. Ajax,
Phastos,
also Greek.
also I guess they mostly Greek.
All Greek except Sprite, which I think is like Norwegian, but who cares?
Why is this movie?
Why? Well, we know why, but why was it bad though?
Why did they make it? It doesn't
Anyways,
influence
back to my
me.
story.
It doesn't need to.
So,
This is again what I said as soon as this movie was announced in 2015, I think.
19.
29, whenever this movie was announced, I said this. This movie cannot exist in the MCU, and there is no way to do it properly. And that's what happened. It barely exists in the MCU because it can't.
The biggest problem is that it couldn't function on its own. You can
Yeah.
do this, it cannot affect anything, that's fine. The problem is the movie itself is poorly constructed.
Yeah.
And the worst part is that this is 3 hours long. It feels every single minute of that runtime,
And says so little.
and it crams so much lore and so much exposition
Yeah.
and so much random nonsense into this movie. And yet, Disney has now a platform to release 6-hour films where you can far better pace things out, especially if you're doing a story
Yeah, so-
that takes place throughout millennia.
As soon as we exited the theater, I gave my pitch for an Eternals Disney Plus show. Here's how Eternals should have gone. Episode 1, they get to Earth, they're helping out the Mesopotamians or whatever.
Open with big action scene.
Open
where
with
they
big
fight-
action
where they
scene.
fight deviants at the beginning.
Perfect. Then we move on to my pitch was the first 6, or I think the first 4 episodes just take place each one in a different time period, and we learn a little bit more about the Eternals just watching them exist in different time periods and interacting with the humans that come across in the different time periods. Then we time jump to modern day. They get attacked by the Eternal. In modern day, basically the first act of this movie plays out as normal. It's just better explained because since they had more time, just basically just extend it out. Just give each time period its own thing. That way you don't have to keep flashing back and sort of just creating character motivation out of nowhere. You can actually show the development of the character motivation.
Subplots in the middle of the movie.
Have the
that
romantic
they're going
subplots, go somewhere so you have the time and make them
have
make
a character
sense.
like Dane who is there for a reason and it's just
Give
gets
him
set
the
up a
screen time
sequel,
he is clearly supposed to have.
and not just one
Not
post-credit
just
scene.
random sequel bait.
There's so much sequel bait. The entire ending, there's no ending.
Yeah.
The ending is just
It just
sequel bait.
stops. They literally all get abducted into space and the movie
Okay,
ends.
half of them go to look for more Eternals, and then the other half stay on Earth,
And get
including Sprite, who at the end of the film gives up.
is just a regular human
Who
now.
gives up? I think she'll probably still have powers, or she'll get them back. She gives up her ability to age, which is so that the actor can age in real life, and they don't have to worry about it in canon. And then they all get abducted by
Arishem,
the
chief Eternal or whatever,
the Celestial,
or Celestial. Yeah,
I believe he's like the judge.
the big red guy,
like his title.
the big red spaceman in
He
the
takes
sky.
them, and he gets mad at them because they killed a Celestial who was going to be born.
But he also doesn't really care that much. He's just sort of like, yeah, okay, you didn't let humanity die. I guess we'll just let them live. But, I'm gonna scan your memories, and if I see any shady behavior going on, we're gonna have a mean chat.
Okay, why don't the Eternals just make some planets and they just make the deviants smarter, and then just put the deviants on the planets?
I don't know.
And then you have just.
I don't. Who
a way
cares?
to-
How come the Eternals?
Why don't they just make other Eternals?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. If
You
the
can make a
Eternals
universe,
are
just make an
sentient,
Eternal.
Just make a bunch of Eternals and put them on a planet, and then
Yeah,
just
and then you
keep
could
going.
just keep putting it in.
Or just make Celestials. Straight up, just make the
Yeah,
Celestials.
why do they have to have intelligent life to roam around on top of this?
Also, that's not what the
Where did
World
they
Forge
come
is.
from
The
if there
World
wasn't
Forge
time?
doesn't make Eternals. That's not what that is at all.
It does now.
It's not even close to what that's
Does
for.
now.
The general audience
It's
doesn't
called
know.
the World Forge, and it doesn't make worlds. It makes robot dudes. Think
Sam,
about that for like half a
Don't
second.
you want to go there in the sequel?
No.
Well, you're gonna.
I know. Yeah, I can't wait for them to fight
Did you
evil
like
Eternals.
the part where the third act was they had to use the magic bracelets to summon their Unimind to defeat, what's his face? Whatever the Celestial was named.
It had
The
a
planet of
name.
Earth.
Was it Titus?
It's been there the whole time.
Was it?
And the initial plan is for Druig to put him back to sleep, but he gets hit in the head or
But
something.
then he gets knocked out.
And so Cersei has to use her powers to change him into stone, except for they say in the movie that she can't change living beings.
But
except
she can
a
though.
single time she changes a
She
deviant
just
into
didn't
a
realize
tree.
she could, I
And,
guess.
she can use the power of self-confidence and also the Unimind, which is summoned by them using their powers together with magic bracelets, which amplify specifically her power, but only again
That are
they
made
have
out-
the magic bracelets, except for at the end, Icarus and Sprite don't have magic bracelets,
And
but
just
they
get
can
to
also
anyways.
just do it.
And
For
usually
no
you would
reason.
understand this from the context.
But
You
there
would
isn't
figure
any.
this out. So-
Anyway.
And then there's the post-credit scenes.
Oh
One-
yeah, Thanos' brother is just
one
around.
Where, Harry Styles shows up playing
Eros.
aka Star Fox, Thanos' brother who has the power to get women to sleep with him. That's his actual
That's
powers.
literally his ability.
Yeah.
I mean, it is Harry Styles. He does have that power in real life.
And then also the troll shows up, voiced by Patton Oswalt.
There's also a troll.
Yeah, he just has a troll guy.
He just has a troll
Who has the
sidekick.
power to teleport him, which is how he gets onto the Eternal ship. The Eternals went off into space.
There's a post-credit scene with Thanos' up until this point unrevealed and unexplained brother and a magic teleporting troll
Who's also not big in purple.
and drunk.
Wait, hold on. I need my app.
It was only a matter of time until Marvel did a Sony. They did it. They did a DC.
Put that on the poster. They did a Sony.
They did a DC.
And then the other post-credit scene
There's two.
is Dane.
Cersei's boyfriend.
Cersei's
Not
boyfriend.
the magic Superman
Who
one,
got
the regular
got
one.
freaked out after she got abducted. Goes to his house and opens a box where he has the Ebony Blade, which is wielded by a Black Knight, a different character from the comic books who's not an Eternal. Who basically
Which, by the way, canonically was already in the Eternal spaceship. They literally said it was. That was the thing.
Who cares? And then he opens the box and you hear a voice.
Bunch of whispery voices when he.
Like, you're not. Are you ready for that, for Dane? And you don't know who it is, except for the director then says in an interview one day later that was Blade, as in Blade the Vampire Hunter, being played by Mahershala Ali in the Marvel Universe, who's getting his own film at some point. Because I guess he's going to show up in either Eternals 2 or they will show up in, or Dane will show up in Blade.
Yeah.
And also, the movie has barely any effect on the Marvel Universe because it's not going to come out in China, and they have to be able to follow the plot. You did it, Kevin Feige! Yeah, okay, to be fair, it was only a matter of time.
It was a matter of time.
They made, what, 26 of these things?
You can't make 26.
Which were okay to good, so...
I mean, up until this point, the worst one we had was what? Thor: The Dark World?
Yeah.
And really, that wasn't even that bad.
It's fine.
It's just kind of a little bit stupid.
It's boring.
It's boring, but it's like, it's fine.
At least that one's not 3 hours
If Thor: The
long.
Dark World was a DC movie, everyone would think it was good.
Yeah.
Because the bar
Zack
is
Snyder
lower.
directed it, people would treat it as a
It would be God's gift to the world. But
There's
yeah,
one thing Twitter loves.
this was the first
Zack
big
Snyder.
miss from Marvel.
Do you think we will get an Eternals 2?
Yes.
Probably.
Because this kind of, it didn't underperform, but it didn't do as well as people were hoping.
But do you see that? You see that little red word above the title there? You see that
Marvel?
you see that word there? That means they're gonna make more of these.
Yeah, I guess.
What was the worst performing Marvel movie up until this point? Ant-Man, maybe?
Black Widow.
Black Widow? Okay.
It wasn't even that
One that
Like
could have.
Titanic.
Yeah.
I believe it was like Thor 1.
And that movie got 3 movies.
Lowest grossing MCU film. We're gonna go to Forbes real quick.
Forbes got the answers,
Forbes got all 24, which there are more of now.
which there are more of now, but whatever.
Domestic. So lowest grossing domestically was The Incredible Hulk.
That makes sense.
Lowest adjusted for inflation, also Incredible Hulk. And lowest globally, Captain America: The First Avenger.
Okay.
Actually, no, sorry, I was wrong. Also, The Incredible Hulk.
Okay, I may have picked a bad analogy, but the Incredible Hulk like still showed up in a lot of other things after that.
Yeah.
So I think they might
None
do
of
the
these
same.
guys are gonna be in an Avengers movie.
I could see them
They're not
showing up
gonna
in
be
a
Doctor Strange.
no. I could see them showing up in maybe like a Doctor Strange or maybe a Thor movie.
For like a second.
I could see Thor
They're
hanging
gonna
out with these
do
guys.
anything.
I could see
They
Thor
might
chilling
have
with
to
these
do
guys.
Shang-Chi because they
Guardians of
were-
the Galaxy is where they're going to show up again. They're going to be like the Collector, where they're just like, hey, we need a thing.
Want them to? I think James Gunn will probably go. Nah,
Oh no.
probably not.
And then Disney will go, you listen here, you
I think-
little white-haired man with funky
Guardians of the
teeth.
Galaxy is probably the only Marvel part of that franchise
It's their last team.
where he gets to write a script and they film his script.
Yeah.
Everything else they like
It's
write
sterilized.
one draft, kind of focus audience,
Yeah.
put it under a microscope,
'Cause
scan it for
you
print,
can't
send
really-
it back into lab, 4 more months of script work, add 6 new writers, take it back out,
Yeah.
film the movie, test it, refilm it, test it, refilm it.
You can't
retest
really,
it,
like,
finish the visual effects of the
yeah.
movie, release it.
All right, Dune. I think we're good with Eternals.
Energy,
What's Dune? Let's talk about Dune.
Dune
Dune was really good.
great.
Dune is a good movie.
Dune is an actual good movie.
And
Oh, okay.
I'm not like a Dune fan. Like I haven't read the books. I was vaguely aware of the original movie and show. I thought it was good. It's a good
Film.
movie.
It's half of a movie, but it's
Yeah,
a good
I mean,
half.
there's only one half of a movie, and the first half is just
Kinda ends.
just a thing. But
They got all the exposition.
if you like Game of Thrones and you like space, this is Game of Thrones in space.
It runs probably 9 minutes too long. Not because those last 9 minutes are bad, but because there's a point towards the end
Mhm.
where Paul and his mom are like running through the desert, and like times are bad. I'm not going to say specifically what happened.
Yeah.
But they're running through the desert, and a big sandworm comes up.
Mhm.
And they should cut the credits. That should have happened. Just cut there.
That would have been
The,
sick.
the
Yeah.
thing is, though, this is a spoiler, but you won't. If you haven't seen it, you won't understand what I'm saying.
Okay.
That they find the desert tribe, right?
Yeah.
At the very end, and then they have a little fight, a little punch up,
Mhm.
and then they go off, and then they're like walking through the desert, and like maybe about to get to their like house.
And then the guy's like, "Hey, you're stupid," and he's like, "I'm not stupid. Let's
No.
fight."
And it ends
And then
with,
they
like,
fight, and he kills him, and
and
they're
it
like,
ends
"Wow,
with,
guys,
like,
he's
you haven't
not
seen
stupid."
Nothing yet, Paul, and then that's when they cut
And
to
then
black.
also Zendaya was there.
Yeah, and I'm like, okay, should have just cut to back. You should have cut to black on that cliffhanger.
Yeah.
Because you go, well, what's happening? Are they gonna find those people? What's going on? And then you open on that bit from the end.
Well, they had to keep
No.
going to the part where, spoiler alert, where Jason Momoa dies because they like foreshadowed
No,
it.
that's fine.
Yeah.
But I'm saying the part where, like, you know, the bit where they like just reached like the edge.
Oh
of the
yeah,
rock,
yeah,
and
yeah,
the
yeah.
sandworm cut. That's when you cut. Like when they get that big shot where it's coming up towards the camera. Cut there.
Yeah.
Like, oh, what's gonna happen to him?
Like the trailer shot where it's like looming over them.
Yeah,
that would have been
the
good.
problem is that the movie just kind of ends. So they're just like
They go for another few minutes and then it just stops.
Yeah, it
I think
stops.
that literally was just because Zendaya needed more screen time.
Yeah, they were probably like
She was only in a couple of flashbacks for not even maybe 2 or 3 minutes max.
which is fine. So I'm sure she'll have a big role in the next movie.
Yeah, every single shot of her in the trailer, that is all the footage of
Yeah,
Zendaya in this
she's-
movie.
yeah.
Which is fine, but also they
It's not
wanted her in the movie
flaw.
more. Yeah.
But
Unless
that's
you came to see this
these
because of
two
Zendaya.
are the big millennial draw to the
Yeah.
film. So they need to be in it.
And he was way better in this movie than he was in the other movie he's famous for being in.
No, man.
Yeah, that's the
Sure.
one. Yeah, that's the one. Let's focus on
Well,
that
it is
one.
an all-star cast. You got Timothy Chalamet, you got Oscar Isaac, Jason Momoa, who's actually playing a real man.
And not like
not
a
Aquaman,
like a
drunk
cartoon man.
cartoon character.
Yeah.
Javier Bardem, Rebecca Ferguson, Josh Brolin.
Oh, her.
In person.
Who's the girl who was like the person who's supposed to manage
I
the
forget her
oversight?
name. What's her name?
She was like she shouldn't be on the poster. She was in the movie twice.
She's a big enough character
Was she though?
compared to the other characters you put on there.
Like
Oh, except for Dave Bautista, he's not on there, but he's also barely in it.
Yeah.
What about the mom?
the chief guy also shouldn't really be on the poster.
Oh, that girl.
He also
That guy,
he was
yeah.
also only in 2 scenes.
There's a couple. Most of the characters only pop up for a few seconds.
The only characters that are actually in the movie
her name
is these 4 and him for like a couple of
And a mom.
Yeah, it's
These 4 and him. That was really it. And he was gone for most of the
also
Yeah, that's true.
just brilliant naming. Paul,
Oh yeah, I love the names.
Duncan, Idaho.
These are like the Lego.
My favorite character, Jeremy Ohio. He's gonna be in the next one.
These are like the Lego City names.
Yeah, these are literally like Lego City
That's
character
what you
names.
call 50 sci-fi right there.
Well, okay, and then like the names of the family name, like the house names, like House Atreides. What was the other one? House Hakaris or
House Babonkus.
House Atreides was the main one, and then there was House Harkonnen.
Harkonnen, yeah.
Like the house names are very sci-fi, and then the character
the
names are like,
characters are named Paul.
and then that's our savior David
Jeff,
from Canada.
He likes coffee.
He is a fan of small vermin that live in the desert.
Children.
Also, he just has like a really sucky version of the Force.
Yeah.
Like,
but
it's just the Force,
technically
but
it's before
worse.
The Force, so
Yeah.
give it a pass.
But it's just the Force, but worse.
It's one of those things where it was obvious George Lucas read Dune and was like, maybe I'll. do
No,
this.
the episode 4 version of the Force, like before we saw what it could do in episodes 5 and 6,
Yeah, it's
is
just-
exactly the
yeah,
same
it's the
as
mind trick,
what is
it's
this?
sensing.
What was their ability called?
They call it
Truth telling.
They call it the voice.
The voice, right?
Yeah.
It's exactly the same as
Yeah.
episode 4
It's
Force.
even used by like a cult of people in robes.
Yeah, they're just all women instead of being all dudes,
Who are getting their own HBO Max spin-off show.
which makes sense to
We're
me.
also getting, of course, Dune Part 2 and potentially Dune Part 3.
They'll get a part 3.
Watching hours
If they stick to the books as close as they did in this one, they'll get a
Direction
part 3.
is great, acting's great, cinematography's great, the score is
Phenomenal, very good.
fine.
If you like the noise,
I'm not a huge fan of Hans Zimmer in general. Like, I can see why people like it.
yeah.
I'm not a big fan of scores that just kind of go.
Hans Zimmer's scoring style is like imagine a police chase if they were chasing a school bus. I don't know why that's the perfect analogy for what his scoring is, but that's the energy it gives.
It's a very good version of his.
It's very good.
Score.
He's a very good
But it's a lot of
dude.
just bass drum and.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then like random like nonsense fake language chanting. Ooka chaka, ooka chaka. Ooh chaka waka, ooh chaka
Here,
waka.
we'll do a version of it.
Ooh chaka waka, chaka chaka chaka. All right. Anyway, I think we're good. Is that good for Dune?
Recommend Dune.
Yes. Watch
Yes.
Dune. Also, we want to see the next part, so please watch it.
Watch Dune. Don't go see Eternals. You could just read
Yeah.
the
Skip
Wikipedia
that
summary.
one. Watch the trailer. You're good.
Go watch
Yeah.
Timothy Chalamet.
Same
Timothy
way, buddy.
Shulamuji.
Go see Ghostbusters Afterlife, even if it's
No,
bad.
don't watch it.
Please watch it.
Don't listen to Tucker. He's an idiot.
Ghostbusters deserves more love.
I want that animated spin-off film they're making.
Ghostbusters After Afterlife. Ghostbusters After Dark.
That's all I have for you this week. We'll see you next week.
Bye-bye.
Bye.